Yo, it's Friday. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Friday, everybody. Long end of the week. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Great to be here. Great to see you all. It's been a couple days. Gotta love my internet because that's what it is. It's crappy. But here we are. Mama Bear is joining us today. She'll be here shortly. And we're just doing an open, excuse me, an open discussion today, folks. Let's hang out. It's Friday. Normally we do some things different, but I haven't seen you guys in a few days. We're gonna do a little bit of everything today. Just kind of hang out and chat it up. It is what it is. What happens in the cafe stays in the cafe. So let's see what does happen. Grab your coffee, your tea, whatever it may be. Come on in and sit down and have a chat with me. Do this. Yep. What's up, everybody? Good to see you all. How are ya? Yay, yay, yay. I still have yet to put up my green screen and try it out. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the cafe. Folks, what's going on? What's up with my crazy hair? What's this thing here? Wow, okay. So be it. Whatever. Great to see you all. Thanks for joining me today. Missed you guys. Been a few days. I swear to God that my internet is set to a schedule. It'll let me go live for a couple days and then it shuts down for a couple days. And then it lets me go live for a couple days and it shuts down. So whatever. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's frustrating at times. I'll tell you that. The girls know all about it. My moderators, we talk all the time and they know the struggle that I am dealing with on a regular day. Yeah, I'll be doing that soon, Squirrel. It's huge though, guys. It connects to my chair and it's this gigantic circular thing. And then if I can do that, then we can have all sorts of fun because I can have backgrounds. We don't have to look at all the stuff behind me and all that fun stuff. So I will be doing that though. I definitely will be doing that for sure. I gotta make some room. Plus, I was thinking about moving all this to my den, and I hadn't decided yet. I wanted to wait till after Christmas, but of course, Christmas is over now, so and I gotta move some stuff around, and so on and so forth. You haven't been left out, my friend. You were in there. You just don't come back in. You were in there too, in the Discord, sir. So that's your fault, friend, because you were brought in and invited in. I think you were in there once or twice. I think I just haven't seen you in there. So. Oh man, how's everybody doing today? Hope you guys have had a good week. Again, make sure that's right. Oh, and I do need to share this out too. I did share it once. My apologies to anybody that didn't see it. But it says that it's supposed to be when I set this up ahead of time. It's supposed to be set for 11 because it's 11. We're here. But it automatically goes to mountain time for whatever reason, and I cannot fix it. It won't let me change the timing on it or whatever because I'm definitely not mountain time. So let's see here. All right, come on in, everybody. Oh, good Lord. Are you serious? Oh. Damn you, dog. You're kidding me, right? Oh. I can't. Go lay somewhere else, please. Good God, what did you eat? Go on. Go over there. Go over there. Please. Oscar, go. Ugh. Oh, puke. Ugh. It's the only people that know anything about that in there, but it's just us. So it's private. Nobody else can get in there. And the only things that are seen is just whatever you tell us. So nothing more. Oh, come on, Oscar. Are you still? Okay, I can't do this. Hold on, guys. I gotta move him somehow. Come on, go. Go lay down. You gotta go over there. You can't lay over here by me. Good God. No, go that way. You got a whole other couch you can sleep on. Go over there. I'm gonna throw up. Right in my face, too. Jesus. So I'm sitting here, and I have a couch here, like right next to me. My big couch is here, right? And he's so little. You guys have seen him on the back of the love seat or the couch, whatever. He lays on the back of the couch, which is right here. Okay, and he's laying with his arse towards me, and just. Oh, now we're gonna quack for a little while. Okay. What? Go get some water, dude. You get it out? Move around a little bit. I think it's the treats that he's eating. My mother-in-law bought him some new treats. That was disgusting. So gross. Sorry, everyone. Hopefully maybe it was entertaining for you. No. It doesn't work that way, Strike. Not even close. Yeah, not even close. I don't have to love his smell. It's bad enough. He smells like we have to bathe him like at least once a week. I know, which is not typically good for dogs, but he stinks so bad because he's aging and he just, and so we bathe him and she puts like a lavender oil lotion type stuff on him. It's supposed to be good for his skin and all this other stuff to make him smell good, and he still stinks. And then when you add what he just did to me to that, it just nope. Okay, Dober Mom. So let's see who we got in here. Again, Dober Mom's here. Welcome. Good to have you. Strike first. Good to see you, brother. Mrs. M, thanks for joining us today, my dear. Miss Heather, always a pleasure. Squirrel Sandwich, always good to have you here. Let's see. Is that it? Where's everybody else? Well, Mama Bear's on her way. Let me share it out. Give everybody their notifications. Must not have got them because of the way it was scheduled. No worries, folks. Like I said, I got to figure that out because it shouldn't do that. I have no idea, Squirrely. Where are you, Molly? Get your butt in here, Molly. You were in there. Go get her, guys. Go get Molly. Tell her, say, get in here, Molly. Miss Sherry, I'll tell her too. Like I said, it was probably what's up, G 2014. Good to see ya. Good to have you here. Always a pleasure. Welcome to today. I haven't seen Kitty in a long time. I wonder how she's doing. I hope she's all right. And where's Brandy at? Miss Brandy. I hope she's okay. 13 people. Come on in, guys. Get comfortable. Open discussion today. What the hell? Oh, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Open discussion today. We're going to talk probably about a little bit of everything, hopefully. Normally, like I said, it's Fridays. We would do a little something different, but I was absent for 2 days, so I got to kind of catch up. So we might throw a little bit of everything in here. Welcome back, Dover Mom. But mostly, just like I said, open discussion. We're going to discuss Shen stuff. That's what we're going to do. We're going to discussion things. I guess I should actually share it this way too. Just to, since the thing, I'm gonna have to screw that. Yeah, it's already screwed up. I'm gonna have to check it out. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, let's see what we got here, folks. We're gonna probably get into that, Dover Mom. That's probably one of the things we're actually gonna talk about because there's, oh my God, you guys, there's so much out there to talk about right now. That's kind of why I left it as an open discussion because we haven't been able to touch base on some of these things I wanted to talk about that I had set up for shows for this past week, but it is what it is. So we're going to hit on quite a few things. Once I get Mama Bear up here, because I know she's got some insight into some of this stuff and definitely some info. Miss Heather, she's got some stuff to put in. Squirrel's got some things she could say. Even Molly, if we can find her, go catch her somewhere. She's running around crazy somewhere right now. So a little bit of everything. It looks like Dober Mom's got some stuff that she DM'd me about. So like I said, guys, there's a lot that we can touch on. So we're going to touch on it. That's what we're going to do. So how are you all doing today? I hope you all are doing good. Just saying. It's good to see you all. See how long it takes to get yelled at for that one. 1 second, folks. Let me put this out, see who sees it or doesn't see it. No, about, or you emailed me about DM. Sorry, I read it wrong, but I knew what you meant. Sorry. Yes, I got you. Oh my God. Dude. Mm. Be right back, guys. Hold on. Yuck. Telling you, it's his new treats. Speaking of which, treats. I don't know how you guys eat or what you eat, but you guys ever had these? These are pretty good. If you're looking for something sweet and you're trying to watch, your weight or whatever you're doing, they're pretty good, guys. Pretty good. To be honest with you, I like them. Why? What's going on here? Enable. It was enabled. What the hell? Hold on, folks. All right, everybody. Sorry. Welcome, everyone, including the lurkers. Weird. That's right. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Miss Heather. 16 people here. Come on in, guys. Get comfortable. Okay. That's the thing. This dog is this big. He's this big. Okay. And my entire house, like every room you walk into right now, has been aroma fried. Okay. Let me put it this way, Heather. It doesn't taste great. I mean, but it's keto. So for something that's keto, you're right. They do get that chalky. It tastes like you're eating drywall type thing. I get that. These aren't bad. I've had those drywall bars, whatever they're called. Those aren't good. Okay. This isn't bad. This one is salted caramel. You can see it. Chocolate salted caramel. It's pretty decent. There's no caramel that I can taste in it, but it's whatever. No, we have another one. My wife got these on sale at somebody obviously didn't like them, and she went to, I think it was Big Lots with my mother-in-law, and she got boxes of these guys for 9 cents a box, and there's 12 bars in each box. And we looked it up, and it's $50 a box. Okay, so they weren't popular. I'm guessing nobody really cared for them, so they just, they got rid of them. And so 9 cents for a box. She bought like 4 boxes of them. We have this one, and we have one called birthday cake, chocolate birthday cake, or something like that. And they're not bad. Yeah, he does the Atkins thing, but it's pretty much the same stuff. Drywall bars, yes, drywall bars. That's what they pretty much. I mean, when you eat keto for so long, you guys, I'll be honest with you, like the sugar taste, these don't taste keto, too keto to me. I mean, they're a little off, you know what I mean? But it's not bad. But that's mainly, I think, because I don't eat sugar anymore. And that's why I think when I do have something sweet, it is okay, is what, you know what I mean? So, anyway, the fiber bars are good, Strike. I like those too. The chocolate, what did I have? She got those too. Chocolate nut or something like that, or chocolate cashew or something. That was pretty good. I get, we eat a lot of this kind of crap because we don't do sugar, but every now and then we do. She made a whole keto dessert Tuesday night, and she took walnuts and crushed them up and made like a crust, okay? And then she added, she made sugar-free pistachio pudding and layered that in on top of the walnuts. And then she made there's a brand Walmart sells of chocolate chips that are sugar-free. And then she melted those down and made a ganache with that. And then she put that all across the top of the pudding and then stuck it in the fridge to harden up. And it made you cut them into squares about this thick. It was actually really good. I was kind of impressed. But we do a lot of that kind of stuff because it's I crave like sweets from here and there, and mainly because we can't have them, and so does she. So let's see what we got here. Mm-hmm. Yep, we've had that too. We do that a lot. She makes her own whipped cream. But it's sugar free. It's good stuff. Well, hello, Miss Princess. How are you? Say hi.
Hi.
You still wearing that thing that Christmas is over? How are you, Miss Green Eyes? How you doing today? Welcome all your meatballs to the sauce. Today we are having an open discussion. Because I missed a couple days with you guys, so the Dover mom said, "Hi, beautiful." You can way better. Where's Grandma? Oh, she's in there. Thank you, dear. Yeah, she's a gorgeous. She's a gorgeous one. Yeah, that seems to be the topic, Green Eyes. That's part of what we're going to get into. I'm kind of waiting for Mama Bear's on her way in. Once she gets in here, we're going to start talking. Like I said, it's an open discussion, but there's a lot to open discuss. So we're going to do it. I'm that weird mom who puts a tutu on Baba Yaga so she doesn't scare the kids she tries to kiss. Okay, if you say so. Whatever works. Whatever works, Dover Mom. Whatever works. Do me a favor, guys. Watch for ads today, please. Thank you, Miss Heather. And of course, she's right, guys. Please go check out our lovely Squirrel Sandwiches channel. Show her some love if you have not already. Subscribe to her, guys. She has some really good daily inspirational, motivational things over there for you guys, as well as some beautiful photographic art to check out, guys. And it's an interesting thing to see. And that's definitely a good way to get your day started. So check her out, guys. Show her the love. Thank you so much. Yeah, these aren't bad, guys. Like I said, you can definitely tell it's not a regular, thing, but it's not too bad. I think they're better frozen, in my opinion. It's basically like eating a protein bar. Dang it. Kind of worried about my mother. She took my other granddaughter to school this morning, and when she was leaving, she fell on her knee at the school. And she's already got a bad knee. She had to have surgery on because she fell once before. So I'm a little nervous and worried about her. Oh, yeah. That's another thing, guys. Squirrel's channel has now acquired Bible Kitty. You got to check Bible Kitty out. He's pretty cool. I like it, at least. Bible Kitty rocks. So check it out. Yeah, me too. She's stubborn. She did this a couple years back and ended up having to have a full-blown surgery on her knee. She's 70 years old, you know. She's in good shape for 70. You can never tell. She looks like she's in her 50s. But why is the chat compressed now? It seems so small. I don't know. Hold on a minute. Let me see if this changes things. What's going on? Why won't it drop down? Where's the live chat? It shouldn't be, Squirrel. Wait a minute. No, that shouldn't make a difference there. There, let's try this. Tell me if this is any different, folks. That should be, it's on live chat. That's opened up. Miss Jennifer Thompson, thank you for joining us. It's good to see you. I talked to her, I think it was Wednesday, and she seemed to be okay. She was going to join us that day, but I couldn't go live because my internet was being what it is. And so, but everything seemed okay. All right, well, I think that's it, guys. I have it clicked on live chat. We should be good. I don't know. It's weird. We're 16 people in here. Well, not all in chat, I'm sure. I got a couple lurkers watching. Yeah, it looks the same, Heather. Yes, ma'am. It's good to see you, though. Yeah, it looks the same to me, too. I don't know what you're seeing, Heather. Are you seeing what's going on? Maybe your eyes are compressed or something, Heather. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It did look like it was. It might be something with you, hon. Welcome, Kim. Good to see you. If that's for you too. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Unless maybe it is something YouTube changed up. It looks the same to me. Do you guys have to do a YouTube update every so often? There she is. Here, Mama. Let me put the link back in for you this way. That way you don't have to go digging for it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Again, guys, Mama Bear is going to join me again today, as she does. It's been great having her as a co-host. So, yeah, I don't know. It looks exactly the same for me on both sides because I'm looking at, yeah, it's cold here too, Green Eyes. It's like 25 degrees here and windy. It looks the same to me on both sides. I'm looking at it on the StreamYard side as well as the YouTube side. It all looks good. Again, guys, if you happen to see any ads, please give me a little bit of a heads up on it. Yeah, they do push it all the time. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
It may have went to mini player or glitched. Try going out and back in. Me or you? Because it looks okay on my end. How does it look for you, Mama?
What?
The chat. Does it look normal to you?
Let see.
Mama or Heather and Squirrel said that it looks like it was compressed.
It didn't seem like it before when I initially got on just the regular channel.
Yeah.
It seemed fine.
Green Eyes says normal. Strike said it was normal.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, it's cold here. It's 25 degrees, 22 degrees it was. Oh, for Heather. Okay, I'm sorry, Squirrel. Yeah, Heather, try to go out and come back in, hon, because it might have done like she just said. It may have gone to mini player or it could have just glitched. I don't know. It looks good to me. How are you today, by the way?
I'm good.
Good. How are the kids today? Everything good?
Yeah, they're at school.
Then everything's good.
Yeah.
Mine fought me this morning. Caden got up this morning and he walks over to the front door, opens the door. He's standing there. He goes, "It's cold. It's wintertime." Yeah, I know. It's cold. And he goes, "Well, it's cold. Like, maybe shouldn't we get another snow day?" I said, No. It don't work that way. Nice try. We can do remote. And I said, "Nope, you're going to school. Bye." He was mad at me this morning. He hates going to school. He keeps trying to pull every time. My throat hurts. My back hurts. My stomach hurts. My ass hurts. Something, you know.
Yep. My son doesn't like school anymore because he's at the point where what they're teaching him, he already knows.
He's bored with it. Yep. Yeah. Well, see, Caden's problem is he has no interest in nothing that doesn't have something to do with music or anything like that. It holds no interest for him whatsoever. I've tried. I mean, I went through the same thing. I was exactly the same as him when I was in school. He's like a reincarnation of me, 100%. But I had an interest in history and a slight interest in not like science. So I was trying to like push him in that direction. Like, I know he hates math because I hated it. And my whole family sucks at math except for my one son. But it is what it is. So I tried to find, he just won't do it, which is why I know that we have like a trade school that once the kids hit 11th grade, that they have an option to go to for 11th and 12th grade to teach them an extra trade on top of their education. So he applied. Yeah, he applied and he wants to go for, I mean, it was such a wide variety. They have a culinary school in there. He can do that. And then he went from that to like building and construction trades. And I'm like, so you either want to be a chef or you want to build houses? Like, which way does it go, kid? You know? And he's like, I like them both. Because you have to choose one and then you have to have a backup in case that class is full when you apply for it. So whatever. I mean, and of course, like I said, he's going to do something in performing arts, I think, and excel at it. But like at this point, you have to get through high school first. And I told him that. I said, come college, there's multiple schools you can go to. And I think that grade wise, they're not going to accept him for academic size, the academic side of things. But on the other side of things, if they see his talents and that kind of stuff, then yes, of course they'll take him. So
yeah,
we'll see. Or I just want to get him through school with some sort of an education, you know, so that he can like survive in out in the real world. So
yeah.
He's a sophomore, Green Eyes. But he's in all the music things he can be in at school, and to the point where he's almost like he's not doing good in academics. His math is actually better, I should say. Science and English are his two worst subjects. So yeah, we had those. I went to that school too. It was called Trumbull County Joint Vocational School when I hit 11th grade, and I went to be a machinist, which of course you see I'm not doing anything with and never really have, but it is.
Yeah, I went for medical assisting, and then I actually did get my certificate in medical assisting. So.
Awesome. I dated a girl there in the medical assistant program. I dated a girl in cosmetology. I dated a girl in nursing. I dated a girl in secretarial. I dated a girl in animal care. I dated a girl in horticulture. So yeah, we had a lot of stuff out there actually.
Sounds like it.
A lot. there's a class out there now. I think it's kind of cool. They didn't offer that back then, but it's basically teaches you how to make video games.
Awesome.
It's some kind of a computer aided programming for basically just for video games or something. So
Yeah, that's cool.
no, I mean online they teach science, math, history. Yeah, no, yeah, we've looked into that stuff already too. He's getting special tutoring because he has an IEP due to his ADHD and the fact that he's borderline autistic. They gave him an IEP, so that's helping with that, and he gets after school like tutoring and stuff like that now. So a lot of nursing credits came. See, I was told that the nursing program, when you do it, you basically get your LPN if you go through the trade school, and then afterwards, if you want to continue, like you have to go through a whole 9 months more training or something like that to actually be a nurse after that. And I'm like, well, what's the point in getting that certificate then? I don't know.
It's probably like clinical on the job.
That's kind of what I thought too.
Yeah. That's the only thing I could think of.
Right. All right, guys. Well, Mama Bear's here. I only got 17 people in here, but that's so be it. We'll get more as they come, I guess. Again, today we're doing kind of an open discussion today. Like I said, I was going to do regular Fridays, but like I haven't been able to do anything all week because of my shitternet. God, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of explaining about my internet. It's ridiculous. It's redundant. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, so I kind of wanted to catch up with everybody. This was actually Mama Bear's idea to at least do an open discussion, which I thought was a great idea, which is why she's sitting here, because she does give me all these great ideas, and the rest of these moderators that do these great jobs for me. Thank you, Miss Heather. I appreciate that. So there's just so much to touch on, guys, that we haven't been able to talk about all week. There is so much. As I was talking last night in the Discord to the moderators, like there's so many things that come up every day that we haven't touched base on at all. Like,
yeah.
And it's ridiculous how much stuff there is, and some of these things are crazy. I've seen a couple of you guys have brought up the attorney. That's a big one that we need to talk about, because I have issues with it. I know Mama Bear has issues with it. I know Heather has had issues. Squirrel, everybody has had issues with this attorney situation. What's up, Popper? Good to see you, brother. So we're gonna definitely talk about that and whatever else
comes up along the way.
Yeah, yes, whatever else hits the stream, I guess. So and I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of I guess to start it off with that, I don't like the situation. Never fails. You're not talking to me today. Sorry.
Well, that thought.
Nice try. No, we're not. I'm tired of these spam callers.
Oh.
So I have a problem with the fact, and this is just my opinion. Don't take this for anything other than an opinion, but what the heck is going on up there? Guys, give me a second if you don't mind, Mama Bear. 1 second, please.
Oh, he kills me. Yeah, Green Eyes. I went to bed with the thought of 2 of the victims, and this morning I woke up to something about 3 of the victims that this lawyer has
I'm back, by the way.
Represented. Okay.
Yeah, no, what I was trying to, sorry about that. I thought there was somebody upstairs, downstairs. There's always something crazy going on at my house. You guys know that. So the biggest issue I have with this is the comment that was made by Kara, which is Xana's mother. Well, then once I read that comment, and I was kind of bothered by it, that she was more worried about the attorney kind of leaving her be to go with this case? Well, you should have been, in my opinion, more bothered about the fact that this woman is trying to be the attorney for the person that unalived your daughter, you know? That was my issue with that at first. And then I started seeing that I think everybody in Idaho has been, dealt with this attorney at some point. We've had, was it Steve? And, well, part of the family for sure, the Gonzalez family she was an attorney for them.
Yeah.
There's been Kara's attorney. And I understand that this area is a small area, but there's only one public defender.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. We'll have to look into that and see.
Yeah, I mean, that was my thought. Is there only one public defender? Because I live in a small area too, but we have like 3 or 4 that I know of. Welcome, Sherry. What's that?
Isn't she the district attorney, public defender? So she's like the
higher up one.
Yeah. So you would think there would be like
people below her. Yeah. I believe she's the lead public defender for the county, or for the yeah, it would just be for that area there, not the whole state. But the only DP public defender, or the only public defender. I mean, is she really the only one? Both public defenders had to recuse themselves. She's the bigwig. Okay. Well, that doesn't make sense, though. Then I would think that you would be able to pull from another county or another city or another area or something like that, because that should be a conflict of interest, in my opinion. I mean,
or a regular attorney could just do a pro bono.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
for that matter, I mean, I understand that this woman is probably all about taking this case because it's going to give her massive publicity, and it is what it is. But on the other side of things, let's talk about the fact that so many of these other people have had to have this woman be her attorney because of what? There's a lot going on, at least from what I've seen there is. Green Eye says, yes, she's from another county, but yes, they can pull from another city or state. That's kind of what I would think. But Heather says you have to have an attorney willing to do that, though. My goodness, God. Hold on, I have to take this one. Sorry.
She's from another county, but yes, they can pull from another state. Yeah. No conflict. She reclused. Santa's mom, January 5th. She has power of attorney over Xana's mom. Interesting. I'm not on my desktop today, so I don't have all my stuff in front of me. So my Xana's mom was power of attorney to her into the change for time off her sentence. Oh. Interesting. All right, let's see here. Finally, we were talking about this. Oops. Her power of attorney is only in effect if and when Kara is in rehab. It does not apply otherwise. Xana's mom has a bench warrant for not showing up in court. Ian Taylor did all she could for her. Wow. Yep. Not about her poor daughter. No, doesn't seem like it, does it? Get it overturned if he's found guilty because of the lawyer's past clients, was what I was told. Yeah, I'll see if I can have Dago play. There was one, it was a lawyer. I watched a video. He broke down everything with Kara, and has made most sense to me, that I understood. So maybe we can get Dago to play that one when he comes back. Because I really don't want this to get overturned or him to walk because of this. Had something to do with getting her into a rehab also. Decided anyway, just court facts, right? Kara did not show for court multiple times. So that's why the bench warrant then, because she didn't show for court more than once. Heather, yes, she does. I felt bad for her when I saw her interview. Maybe nearly had to remind her about her. Oh my gosh. Her other daughter went to the same school as coworker. Yeah, whole vibe is one way to put it. She also has distribution charges. Oh, geez. Right. All of it. It's just all so sad. I mean, it's sad that she's in the shape that she's in and doesn't even consider her daughter that's, been murdered. It just, and then all these parents that are popping up that have had drug charges, and it's just, the whole thing's just sad. Very sad. Jeez. Played on that distribution charges and offered an alibi. Oh. Why everyone is so confused. The judge appointed Ian Taylor to Brian. I mean, I'm not confused or anything. I just think it's sad that all these parents of these poor murder victims have had drug charges and been in the courts and everything. And it's just, it kills me. Let's see. A $50,000 bond isn't for mere possession. She and her partner were moving weight. Yeah, and we don't know what the judge knew or didn't know. I know there's no legal conflict of interest, but there is a moral one. Maybe if she wasn't on the run, she would have received the notice. Yeah, that's a possibility too.
Sorry, everybody. Mrs. Dago said hello. Anyway. Sorry. I didn't mean to leave all that time. We had to talk about something with her septic thing again. Sorry. Welcome, Kilani. Good to see you. So back to what I was saying, which you guys have probably talked about this 3 times already. My biggest issue is that, and I'm not trying to re-victimize this woman that has already lost her daughter, but it seems like she's complaining or seems to be more upset about the fact that this attorney did not want to be her attorney anymore and went to him, other than the fact that her daughter's gone.
Mhm.
And the attorney that was I keep forgetting the word, that was gonna, what's the word when you have an attorney and they do for you?
The attorney
Yeah.
represents you.
Thank you. There it is. I don't know where my brain is today, but anyway, the fact that this attorney is representing her daughter's murderer is not a problem for her. It's the fact that the attorney just dropped her because she said she was going to help her. What?
Yeah.
What? Where's the problem here, guys? This is what I'm saying. This doesn't make sense to me, but that's my biggest issue with this. Popper said there is an article from 15. It says Latah County may add a 4th public defender, so they have at least 3. Where are the other 2? I haven't seen nor heard nothing about anybody but this woman. And with what we've looked at over the past couple of days, like I said, this woman has represented, I said it, I remembered it too, has represented the Gonsalves family, and obviously Kara Kernodle, Xana's mother.
And didn't Brandy post something last night about was it Maddie's dad?
Yeah, exactly. Where's the other public defenders, guys? They quit. They probably did.
Yeah.
Because they live in Idaho. Because Idaho seems to be like where everything happens now. Get out, Molly, while you can.
Right.
Did she come in here yet?
I haven't seen her.
I'm gonna beat her ass. Where are you at, Molly? You knew we were doing this. She tried to get her into rehab, but she didn't show up for court. Okay. Maddie's stepmom, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Popper says again, I don't think the current defense is. I swear to God. 1 second.
Okay. It's gonna be one of them days, I guess. So it's Maddie's stepmom. That's what I was trying to find on my phone. Let me see if I can find it. I wish I was on my desktop. This would be a lot easier. Okay, I think.
So what a lot of you guys already know is that Ann Taylor, Brian Kohberger's
Father and stepmother of Maddie. Heather, you in this chat.
All right, sorry. This is look compressed. Okay. I think she is from. Wait a minute. I don't think the current defense attorney is from Latah County. I think she's from. Yeah, that's what it said. So where's the defense? They're the public defenders from Latah County. That's what I didn't understand. That's kind of odd to me. Is Brandy here now?
She said she'll be here shortly.
No worries. Good to see you. I still don't know where Molly's at.
Yeah.
Molly's ignoring us today. I see. I'm going to get her. Hold on a minute. So all of it was over drug charges. Yeah, and that's what we were talking about last night. I mean, that seems, I guess, There's nothing else to do in Idaho except for do drugs.
Apparently.
I mean, it comes off that way. That seems to be what everybody's in trouble with.
I'm tired of
You
the
either have that or
potatoes.
you have a crazy murderer.
Moved on to took off the toes.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, hey, Molly, where are you? Hence my concern. I get it. I still don't think it looks compressed. Heather, I don't know. Dan, does the chat look compressed to you, or Popper? Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I don't think it does. It looks fine to me. Idaho is a bad place to live. It seems to be. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in Idaho. I mean, it's becoming like Los Angeles or something, I guess. It does not. Okay. She said, psh, you're the only one seeing it, so something about your eyes is compressed, my dear. It's just you, Heather. I think Heather's going crazy, guys. Between you and me, it's a secret.
I emailed you the TikTok link Brandy sent last night about Maddie's dad and stuff.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I heard you trying to get me to play.
Sound like it's gonna blow the roof off.
What's the matter? Yeah, it's doing that here too, and it's colder than hell here.
Yeah, I haven't been outside, so I don't know.
I'm taking y'all with me to school bus. It's burr flipping cold. It's cold. It's like they said 22 degrees in it. I don't think so. Well, breezy. I think it feels like 10.
Let me see what it's
Breezy. All right, let's see. Ann Taylor also represented Maddie's dad and stepmom. Damn. Ann Taylor is a busy woman.
So it says it's 30 degrees here with a real feel of 26.
Yeah, it was 32 here, but the real feel was 22, it said.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They're more like mine. All right, folks, hold on a minute.
You there? You're frozen. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on. Why am I?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Are you frozen? I think you're frozen. No.
Ann Taylor, Brian Kohberger's attorney.
Hear me?
Okay. Okay.
Hello?
I think you're back. Are you there?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. What's up, Jules? Good to see you.
Hey, Jules.
If you were under charges in your state and suddenly they took your lawyer from you and said lawyer to defend your daughter's killer, would you turn yourself in? Hell no. They'd have to find me just saying. I don't even know what to say, Jules. It doesn't make sense. I don't think it makes sense to any of us. None of it. It's dumb. And then we have this. Here, guys. I'm gonna let you see this. It's great to see you, by the way, Jules. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, this whole thing, like I said, we were all kind of like sitting here in awe, talking to each other, like, what? All you kept seeing was WTH, WTH, WTF, WTH. Like, what does this mean? Because nobody understands any of it. All right, let's check this out. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me know. This is care of Miss Brandy. Thank you, Brandy, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Public defender, represented Kara Kernodle, Xana's mom. But did you know that she also represented Maddie's father and stepmother? In September of 2020, Ann Taylor was Benjamin Mogan's attorney for 2 misdemeanor drug charges. Then as recently as June, she also worked with Corey Hatrock, who is Maddie's stepmother. Now, court records are showing that the case she worked with Maddie's stepmother on has been closed, and there's been no activity on that case at all since December 28th, which consequently is 2 days before Brian's arrest. Now, I'm not an attorney, so I would love one to chime in and tell me if I'm wrong here, but it seems to me that between working with Xana Kernodle's mom and Maddie's dad and stepmother, that there's a massive conflict of interest, something that Bryan Kohberger could use should he be found guilty to appeal if he were to, say, get the death penalty.
Thank you.
I think this also goes to show how close-knit Idaho really is. So what a lot of you guys already know is that Ann Taylor, Bryan Kohberger's attorney, public defender, represented Kara Kernodle.
Okay, so there's that. But yeah, that's my biggest problem with that thing, is that the defense could use this. Okay. And if he is found guilty, no, we don't want that. We don't want them to have anything to use, you know. It doesn't make any sense. We also have to think about how they had his name on 1129. They knew before he was arrested how they were going to have to handle the case. True?
Yeah.
I mean, get it. She's right.
Then scene and crime scene, yeah.
Exactly. These are the things that I'm worried about. Sorry guys, I'm chewing. The thing is, again, I don't want to come out and just say Bryan Kohberger is guilty of this. But from what we've seen, we don't really have many directions to go other than that. I'm just saying. So we obviously want the person that's guilty of this to do the time for the crime. Well, when these things come up, there's so many ways that the defense could use this against the prosecution to get out of this, and we don't want that, you know. And again, Jules is right. The crime scene was highly tainted, guys. You know that. In so many ways, okay? And now we have this to put on top of that. So people, when he first got arrested, were saying he could really get out of this. And I'm like, no, he won't get out of this. But you know what? He very well could.
Oh, yeah.
She's a really good defense attorney. I'll put it that way. And he's got quite a bit of criminal background knowledge, to go with this too. It kind of scares me, I'll be honest with you. If this man is the one, or this creature is the one that did this, no, he doesn't need to be walking the streets anywhere with anybody, okay? Because there's something bad about this person, so he needs to stay locked away as far as he can, and or whatever else they give him, is what I'm saying. So it makes me nervous to know that there's a very, very good possibility that this man could get out of this. That bothers me in a lot of ways. So let's see. They all need to open a civil case against him for wrongful death, and she cannot. I wondered about that. Can that happen while the criminal case is going on, or well, Jules, you're in here. You would probably know this if anybody. Can a civil case be put against him while he's in the midst of a criminal case? Because I for whatever reason, I have a reason to think that you have to wait until the criminal case is over to do any kind of civil action against somebody like this.
Sherry says she did an internship with public defender office in college, and none of this is relevant to the case.
Okay, and Jules says yes, you can. Okay, I know she's got a degree in criminology. That's why I'm asking her. And then she also says to Breezy, the problem is that law enforcement already told us people were there in that house before law enforcement got there. Any evidence is threatened at that point. Well, absolutely, because DM called and had friends come over before she called law enforcement. So right then and there, boom. Let's see, there are two separate types of cases, but I guess it also depends on the state. See, what I was told was that you can not, because it would interfere with the criminal case, I was told. But I'm not saying that that's true or not. That's why I was asking you. But again, you're in Texas. You don't know. I get it. But yeah, I would absolutely, if I was a family member, be filing a civil lawsuit as well. Not that we get anything out of it, but the principle of the fact, in my opinion. Breezy says yes, Jules, but law enforcement can't change the fact, but physical DNA linking vacate. Right, you're right, Breezy. But what I think Jules is talking about is there's other DNA. There are other people that showed up on scene that shouldn't have been there that could have messed up these things. Regardless of what they have, there's other things that the defense can use that tainted the scene to reverse that stuff, for lack of better words. If you guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They are square divisions, but she cannot provide representation for both the defendant and prosecution party in any manner legally. No, of course not. I'm not trying to be mean, but to call your friends over before the police. Well, of course, we all know that. And without, for lack of an argument, I just don't think that she. Okay, let's say it like this. She's young, first of all, okay? But I think that she didn't know what to do because of the fact that she was living in somebody else. This isn't her mother's and father's home. She was living with somebody else, of course, other people, I should say. And I think that was part of it. And I think the other part was shock, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But that's my opinion. I find it just as weird as the rest of you guys do. We all do, I think, honestly.
And
Go ahead.
Honestly, if I was, what is she, 20?
I think so, yeah.
At 20, and I saw that, I honestly don't know what I would do.
I mean, let me think back to when I was 20 years old. I mean, I was already involved in fire service and stuff, moving. I mean, I would have called 911 first. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I would have been intoxicated or on something, I still would have called 911 immediately. That's me. But everybody's different, guys. This girl may have been raised like, some people they say are raised under a rock. They don't know a lot of things. They don't know this or that. And it could just be that. We don't know. But welcome, Molly. Finally.
Sorry.
Yes, you're late, Molly.
You're late.
And welcome, April. Good to see you, dear. I'm just kidding, Molly. It doesn't matter. You know that. I don't know, guys. I guess I'm torn between that question as to I don't know. I don't want to, like, how can I say this? I don't want to down her, okay, because I feel bad for her. I do. And believe me, I think she's going to get enough of that when this goes to trial. I think they're going to tear her apart. I really do. I feel bad for her in that sense. But at the same time, I'm kind of like irritated with it too, like shock or non-shock, like dial 911. Because remember something, we talked about this the other day. She called her mother at 10 or 10:30 that morning before she even called the friends too. So what was that all? Why didn't the mother call 911? Yeah. And if she called her mother, had she already seen the crime scene, or was she in her room still when she did that?
Good question.
That's my question with that. I don't know.
Hi, Brandy.
Hi, hello, Brandy. Didn't I?
I think you did, but I don't think she was actually in here yet.
Hello, Brandy. Did you hear me that time? And yes, you get a hello. Hello to everybody that I didn't say hello to. Is that better? Torn. It just makes this a bigger mess, and it does. It absolutely does. And again, this is what I think I'm kind of nervous about with that too, is when defense puts her on stand. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is going to look so bad because the defense is going to blatantly say, why didn't you call 911?
Mm-hmm. They're going to have her doubting herself.
Exactly. As if she's already not. Okay. I'm sure that she's tearing herself apart about this too. Like, if I would have called, because here's the thing, guys, and I'm saying this, and I'm not saying this against her, but I'm saying this because I've thought about this, being in EMS and seeing scenes like this and this and that and everything else. If DM would have called 911 when she saw bushy eyebrows, because we don't know who that was for sure, but when she saw that, if she would have picked up her phone and dialed 911, there is a very, very decent chance that one or some of them could have lived and that this person would have been caught right away. Because if you guys remember something, there were cops right outside that building in the field next to them. Right around the time that this happened, there was cops all over that campus that whole night because they were stopping people for underage drinking and this and that and everything else. So if 911 would have been called, that radio call would have came into the closest cop that was in that area, and they'd have been right there.
Yeah.
In turn, EMS could have been called right away, and maybe somebody, because we don't know the extent of termination when it came to the wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, she very well could have made a difference in somebody living. Maybe not all, or maybe none, but it's still a thought, Right. And that is kind of what bothers me about this. You know what I mean? Because if I open a door, I lived in dorm housing per se. I worked for Cedar Point when I was young, and we lived in houses like that. If I would have walked out of my room, opened a door, and seen somebody that I don't know walking past me out of a door, first thing I would have done was lock the door behind that person. Secondly, I would have went and seen where that person came from. And if I'd have seen that mess, 911, my phone would have been in my hand. And I would have, even if I wouldn't have walked out and seen that, I would have called, there's somebody in my house that doesn't look right. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And all of those things would have fell into place. And like I said, and I'm telling you, that's the first thing when they put her on stand. They're going to say, why didn't you call 911? Why did you call friends? All of those things, they're going to tear her apart. And I feel bad for her because of that, but it's going to happen. So that's why I'm torn, you guys. Because I want to feel bad for her. And I do feel bad for her. I'm not, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, that's floating around in the back of my head. Like, what if? What if?
Right.
But the survivors are saying they didn't hear anything. But but that's not completely true, Breezy, because she said she did hear things.
Yeah. She thought she heard Maddie playing with her dog at one point. She thought she heard somebody crying.
And then she heard somebody saying, a male voice saying, I'm going to help you.
Yeah. That was the other one.
I mean, she did hear things. And here's the other side of it. We haven't heard anything from Bethany Funk. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
So whether she slept through the whole thing, very possible, but it's hard to believe that. After hearing what DM said, it's hard to believe that BF didn't hear anything.
Unless she's narcoleptic like me, then, you sleep through anything. But
oh, that's true too.
hello.
Again, we don't know what they were doing that night as far as recreational stuff. You know what I mean? They could have been completely intoxicated. Maybe they were doing something else recreational. I heard that there were quite a few, I guess, like MDMA and stuff like that bounces around campus and stuff in the party houses. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know for a fact. I'm just saying that these things are very possible. Not that it happened. Breezy says right, but no screams and no 911 call. D didn't have any alarm bells that night. Do we know that though for a fact, Breezy? That's the problem I have with this. I've been thinking and wondering if this girl may have been on something before she, went to bed. If they were partying and maybe she was on something, and that's why she was. It's been said by a few people that she thought maybe she thought that she wasn't seeing what she was seeing. She was kind of hallucinating because of something she could have been on, or intoxicated possibly, and stuff like that. Which is what it changed her mind's perception per se, I guess you could say. Let's see. There was a leaked private message thread detailing that DM saw the 86s take place and called way earlier. Where did that come from though, Dobermom? Was it another 4chan post? Because again, thought it was a bad hallucination, nightmare trip. I mean, again, right. Which is, who knows? I don't know, but why, if she did not have cause for alarm in her head, did she not call 911 or call a friend that night? Okay, let me ask you this, Breezy. If you were a 20-year-old girl and she opened her door 3 times. Isn't that right, Mama?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 times. Welcome, Karen. Good to see you. So she opened her door 3 times, and each time because she heard something.
Mm-hmm.
The last time she opened her door, she saw someone, the bushy eyebrows, this here, okay, and walked past her, which I'm gonna give to, because that's always been a question, is why didn't he do anything with her? Well, it's been proven that he has visual snow. Okay, so this is what you see. So maybe he didn't see her. We'll give it that. But moving past that, okay, so if that's the case, even if that's all she saw the 4th time that she opened her door, why didn't she call 911? I mean, other than the fact that there's people in and out of that house all the time. I get that, okay? What's up, Mr. Wilson? Thanks for joining us. It was private messaging from DM's BFF to another friend. If you can find that, I would love to see that, Dover Mom. I really would. So this is why I have a problem with this stuff. Heather says that her testimony won't be of any help to prosecution if she was inebriated. That's a fact.
Right. Didn't we talk about that before, that they didn't test them, any of them? So
right. Right. And they're not going to talk about the fact that that's probably what the case is. Now that we think about it, if she was inebriated or on something, they're not going to tell anybody that, because if defense finds that out, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
So the defense knows then that prosecution can't use anything she says, and they'll tear her apart even more.
Yep.
But the house had been empty that night with no party, and so why would a stranger? Because listen, Sherry, that was probably the only night that the house was empty.
Yeah.
As we've seen multiple times with multiple police calls there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point I'm trying to make. I mean, this does bother me, you guys. It does. It's been bugging me, and I think it bugs a lot of us. And I'm trying to stay on the positive side of things when it comes to DM, because I still feel bad. Thank you, Molly. I'll check that right now. I still feel bad for what she's going to have to go through, for one, and for two, what she's already been.
So what a lot of you guys already know is that Ann Taylor brought.
No, I don't want to hear from you again. Sorry. That's still going to be a traumatic experience that this girl is never going to forget this for the rest of her life. Okay, end of story. What's up, Tiffany? Thanks for joining us today, hon. So there's that, but. And then Sherry said, then she should have been alarmed. That I agree. This is I agree. Mm-hmm. I do agree, because I would have been, but I don't know. I don't know where to go with it. I really don't. I'm glad you're in here today, Jules, because this is a good conversation for you to be involved in. It really is. Let's see, what does this say? Y'all. Wait a minute. Sorry, everybody. I don't know. We'll click that. I can yell now, and I don't agree with it, but they're going to put her on the stand and eat her alive. Absolutely. And it's going to be brutally sad. It really is, guys. I've been telling you guys this. They're going to destroy. And if this girl is either in counseling now or should be in counseling, I said this the other day, she's going to be 400 times worse after this trial.
Yes. They
are going to pull her apart piece by piece by piece. They're going to destroy any type of reputation she may have that's good. They're going to make her look like a fool. Anything they can do, they don't care.
Yeah.
They're going to destroy her, completely destroy her. And like I said, after this trial's over, this girl's going to have to go through counseling, you guys, because they're going, like you said, Mama, they're going to make her doubt herself, question, you know, the type of person she is, and if she did this on purpose. They're just going to tear her apart. They're going to go into her, any drug use that she has, any alcohol, you know, use that she does, any of it, guys. She's done. This poor girl, that's why I'm trying to stay away from the side of, you know, negatively approaching her. But it's hard because I'm torn, like I said, because I don't understand some of it. I don't. I agree. I hope she is too, Sherry. I hope she's in counseling now, but I doubt it. I doubt it because she's young. They don't think about that kind of stuff. Unless her says this. Oh, okay. Thank you, Molly. Thank you. This is a good point. I'm glad you sent this, Molly, because I had read this before, and this goes into what we're talking about a little bit too, guys.
The prosecution knows what they are doing.
Again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, but
How do we know that he did not use a pill for screaming while stabbing? I don't know, April. That's very possible. Yeah, Karen, her ability, and this is crude, I'm sorry, but there's no way they got the bodies out without tents and photos. That's why I'm certain that woman was called earlier and why the paperwork says investigation arrived at. I mean, it could be. It could be. This is a story that just popped out not too long ago. She slept through an attack that nearly killed her roommate, but now she's defending a stranger in the Idaho murders because of that. I don't know if you guys had seen this about Alana Zabel. Did you see any of that, Mama Bear?
I just briefly caught a tiny bit of it.
Okay. Yeah, Sherry, everybody, she should definitely have an advocate, but I don't think she does. Just to give you guys a quick up on this lady here kind of went through the same type of thing. Okay. I watched the whole thing on her. And in fact, I think Dr. Phil was going to do a segment about her with her. But it's when Alana Zabel first heard that 4 young students had been viciously murdered in their rental home after a night out, she didn't want to think about it. When she heard that one of the surviving roommates was coming under attack for how she handled the unimaginable experience, she realized she had to speak out. Because she went through the same type of scenario. She says, I get it. When people say, why didn't she call 911? But those people are just used to watching these things happen in movies. This is a very unique and traumatic experience. 3 decades before University of Idaho students Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, sorry guys, were attacked in an off-campus home in Moscow. Ms. Zabel's college home in Buffalo, New York, was broken into by a man who S.A. and violently attacked her roommate with a hammer, leaving her for dead. It was 1992, and Mrs. Zabel, now 50, was living in a 3-story home with 5 of her Chi Omega sorority sisters at the University of Buffalo. One night in September, in the excitement of the fall semester, the roommates had gone to a party at the Sigma Chi fraternity nearby. God, imagine that. Another Sigma Chi. 1 second, Jules. I'm going to put your thing up there, and actually I'll do it now because it kind of makes... Anyway, the victim was first to head home in the early hours of the morning. When Ms. Zabel arrived home sometime later, the door was locked and she couldn't get hold of her roommate to let her into the house. In typically comic student fashion, she clambered carefree through the bathroom window. Once inside, she noticed that it smelled weird. Okay, there's that. We talked about this the other day. This is kind of proof of that right here, because I've told you guys before, it does happen, okay? And you'll see what I'm saying in a minute. She noticed that something smelled weird. She called out to her roommate, but after hearing heavy breathing coming from her bedroom, she left her alone, simply assuming that her roommate and her roommate's boyfriend were inside. I was drunk and didn't understand why it smelled weird. I just kind of crashed in my room, she says. Now, this is a little different, though, okay? And I think that's kind of where Jules was going with that. It was beyond all comprehension that her friend was being brutally attacked at that very moment. Her friend thankfully survived the attack, but only just with doctors saying she was just minutes from death. She spent months in a coma and her recovery was long. 4 years later, a serial essayist, whose name Ms. Zabel does not want to repeat, to protect her former room housemate, was convicted of essaying and attempted unaliving. Through the years, the horrific 1992 attack shares chilling similarities with the slayings of the 4 students in Idaho. Okay, that's really all we need to go into with this because it is different in a lot of senses. Jules says these 2 stories aren't related, in my opinion, because Dylan admitted to the cops she was woken up more than once. That's what I'm saying. And put eyes on the guy. Again, now for Bethany, maybe this chick story is relevant, but not for Dylan. Correct. And that's the difference, guys. Okay. Dylan was up 4 times, opened her door 3 times. That's the problem I have with this. The first time, here's the thing. I mean, in a way, I guess it's good she didn't. But the first time she got up and she heard crying, why didn't she walk all the way out of her room and go see where it came from? Nobody knows. The second time she heard what she thought she heard, or that was maybe the second time. The first time she thought she heard Keely playing with the dog. Okay. The third time is when she heard, or she also heard somebody say, "I'm here to help," or "I'm going to help you. Don't worry." That would have made me walk out of my room immediately to go see who has to help who and why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the last time she opened her door, she saw somebody she's never seen before walking out of the house in all dark clothing, which is 100% suspicious to me, with a mask on in the house. Again, suspicious. So that in turn would have given me the reason to call 911. Or I guess, let's say, if we're going to call friends, I would have called them then and then had them tell me to call 911.
Right.
Or they could have came over. Either way, something could have been avoided is what I'm saying. Notice the PCA doesn't mention Dylan hearing the DoorDash getting delivered. I wish we had more. Yeah, me too. I agree with you on that one, Jules. Because the DoorDash story, it bugs me in a lot of ways. Here's why. Basically, from what I'm understanding, the DoorDash was coming through the front and Kohberger was coming through the back, right around the same variety of time, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did none of this interact? That's my problem with this. I think there should be a lot more, and it's probably law enforcement holding it to their chest for reasons that we all know with the case. But still, it bugs the shit out of me, you guys. I'll be honest with you. It really does. There should have been some kind of interaction at that point. I'm thinking if he was here at this time and he's coming this way at this time, why wasn't there any interaction?
Yeah. Heather, Molly, what was it that you guys were talking about with the DoorDash? You guys had searched there wasn't what was it, Jack in the Box in town or something? Do you remember?
It's shut down now.
There was something. They tried to locate a Jack in the Box or something, and there wasn't.
There was a Jack in the Box in town around Moscow there, but from what I understand, it's closed down right now. So I don't know if it was then or if it's not. Because somebody had brought up that they thought that was Xana's sisters that brought that or something at some point.
Yeah, I did hear somebody say something like that.
Yeah, and Jules even said it. Yeah, that the Jack in the Box was closed at that point. So was there DoorDash or wasn't there DoorDash?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think Xana should have run in with Brian? I do. If Xana went down and picked up this DoorDash, I think she should have encountered Brian right there in that vicinity coming back to her room, unless it was Ethan that went to get the DoorDash. Okay. But now, like I said, the DoorDash was closed, or not the DoorDash, but the Jack in the Box was closed. So what happened, guys? That's my problem. And I want to know what happened. Brandy says it too, that the Jack in the Box was closed at the time, she believes. And I think we've all looked into that and that it was. Sorry. Thank you, Heather, for that once again. Appreciate you. Again, guys, I'm not. And why is there so very little information about the DoorDash situation? You would think that would be, and again, you'd think that'd be more pertinent. The photo of the Jack in the Box is why people think she ordered it, but we have no proof that Jack in the Box was the place. Exactly. Thank you.
It was like a feed or something, right?
Right. And I said that back then too, because it doesn't look like it was. It could have been. Jules says, honestly, the bag in the kitchen next to a half empty cup, it looks like trash. It could have been from 3 weeks ago or a month ago.
Yeah.
And it was just left there. We saw that they weren't the best housekeepers. Okay. And that's fine. I don't mean that as a derogatory comment. They're college kids. They're doing their thing, but that bag could have been there for over a month.
Yeah.
Let's see. Squirrel says there is one in Pullman. Think it could be from when she was in Pullman that she got that one, or her sister. Right. That's what I had heard before. So that bag was a month old, possibly, guys. I don't think it had anything to do with a DoorDash delivery. Yeah, absolutely. Not a fresh looking bag. They'd have had no time to open that bag, to eat the food and place it in the same. Right. Because that's what I was trying to say. He was coming in the back door, per se, and they were at the front door dropping this food off. The food was half empty and crumpled and all this and stuff like that. 1 second.
I heard a little, people.
So in turn, they didn't have time to eat the food. So where was the food? Like, why was the food not still in the bag? And it looked like she said, half empty and crumpled and blah, blah, blah. Like it was old. Mm-hmm. So there's the problem with that. Molly says, we looked at the Jack in the Box thing, and yes, the one in Moscow is closed. The one in Pullman does not deliver to that address. Okay. There were no other food bags that were seen or talked about.
DoorDash has been cleared proof of delivery by law enforcement.
What did they deliver? Right. That's what I was saying, Karen. What did they deliver then? I'm telling you, that Jack in the Box bag looked old, and the food would have been in the bag. Because like Jules has said, I've said, other people have said, there was no time for them to eat the food if the timeline is right. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Food bag could still be in the room. Well, there was a lot of pictures shown, and I didn't see anything that looked like, Yeah, no, I wasn't doing that either. I'm not blaming the driver for that. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense. And that's probably true too, Molly. I agree with you on that. Squirrel says the food bag could still be in the room, which is very possible. Well, I'm sure it's not now, but it could have been. Proof of delivery, but no proof of ordering, just like there's nothing about the car parking, but they don't have to tell us everything. It's frustrating. Very much so, because we only get pieces and parts of things, and we try to put shit together with that. That I agree with 100%. All right, Vicky, thanks so much for joining us. It's great to have you here today. Molly said, I want proof that someone in that house actually ordered something for that. I agree. 100% I agree. Because at some point it was brought up that he set that up. Not saying that this is one of these speculative conversations that were had before, but that Kohberger ordered food and sent it there so that that would go along with his whole plan. I'm not saying that that's even close to something I believe. I'm just saying those things being said is what makes everybody want to know what the proof is. And it's hard to find it. We're never going to get to see that proof, Karen. That's the problem, is if there's anything in her phone, we can't see that. They're never going to tell us that. It's highly frustrating because when we do the think tank things and we have what we call facts, because we try to base everything that we do here on facts, it's very hard. You know what I mean? It's almost too perfect timing, a front distraction. That's what I said. Exactly what I said. I said when that was brought up, I said that would be perfect if he called knowing that Ethan was in the house, possibly from watching them that night. Now think about this, you guys. He may have seen, because he went back and forth past the house a couple times. He may have seen Ethan, okay, and said, okay, there's a guy in here. You know, that's gonna break up my time or cause me a little bit of an abstraction or something like that, and decided to do that, thinking maybe that Ethan would go to the front door, or one of them would go to the front door and he could come through the back and catch him off guard. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a distraction. I mean, that would be perfect. And somebody with his knowledge would think of something like that, in my opinion. That's why when I heard that, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So, but again, that was all speculation, still is. Let's see, Heather, didn't the affidavit state that Xana had gotten DoorDash around that? It was almost exactly the same time, Heather. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember right now. Like, he goes in the neighborhood at 4:04, right? After the food is dropped, how would he know? That's a good point. Really good point, Jules. He went in around 3 times first and then just knew it was time. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And here's the other thing, guys. I'm not Captain Rabbit Hole. I'm not Captain Conspiracy. But I have said from day one, what? There is somebody else involved in this, right or wrong. Who's to know that whoever this guy is that delivered for DoorDash, even though he's been cleared, wasn't involved in this? I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to put anybody out there like that, but we don't know. It would be real easy to give somebody $25 and say, hey, go deliver food to this house for me. You know, you could, it's a joke or it's whatever, you know. I'm just saying, you know, don't put me out there as quoting something as a fact like that, guys, because it's not. It's just pure speculation, but it's a thought. It's a thought because with the things that we're given, nobody knows.
And Molly has a good point. He could have sent it for a certain time because you don't have to get it, you know, as soon as they can get it to you. You can schedule ahead of time to have it delivered.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, around here, DoorDash is a joke. Like, you can call and order pizza and try to get DoorDash to deliver it, and it's like 2, 3, 4 hours later, you'll get your food and it's ice cold. But it is what it is. You know, I'm not saying it's like that.
Not in the boonies.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And they're on a college campus, so that makes more sense. So I'm more suspect of the other. Yeah. Yep. We're all on the same page with that one, Jules.
I'll wear the conspiracy hat.
We're all on the same page with that one. There's no conspiracy hat for that because we've all got the same thought. So
yeah, I just wish we could find more info on him, but
well, it's kind of ironic that he's no longer with us. So yeah, you know, it's very hard to know what happened. And that is going back to what we started talking about in the beginning of the conversation, the problem that I have with this, because this gives the defense so many things to grab hold of. So many things to grab hold of and to use against the prosecution. Wait, didn't they say They knew she ordered DoorDash based on her phone evidence. No, it never came out like that, Heather. I wish that's what they would say, because that would give us more of a factual basis to go on with this.
But they may have that information on her phone, and we just don't know.
We just don't have it right.
Yeah.
It was contactless delivery. How would they know there was even goods there if they hadn't ordered it? Remember what I found with the map and the missing time? Yes, I do, Miss Molly. I do. Absolutely. We had talked about that a little bit too, guys, which,
Yeah.
again, there's too many things that are off with this that don't match up to things they should. Green Eyes said, or wait, let me back this up. I don't want to miss anything. And hearing about what happened with him was quiet. We literally heard it in the body cam footage of Brian. Why was it suppressed? I'd like to know that myself.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense to me. You would know that better than I would, Jules. Why would they suppress something like that? Truthfully, they do this to themselves when it comes to what we think about. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that, because, and I've said this in a couple other cases, guys, there's certain things that the way they put these things out, and I'm sure you guys remember me talking about this with the other cases we've done. They get pissed off at YouTubers that do this and say that we cause problems here, we cause problems there, right or wrong, okay? But with the bits and pieces of information that they do give us, what do they expect us to do with it?
Right.
That's why these, right.
Curious and inquisitive. And
exactly. So we take what we have, and a lot of us are smart with this. So we put things together, and this is what we come up with. When then they turn around and get mad and say, well, no, that's wrong. You can't do that. That's not the way it is. Well, what do you expect us to do with what you gave us?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that they're wrong for not giving us the right information, because I understand that certain things have to be kept locked down.
Exactly.
For the good of the case and things like that. I get that. But at the same time, this is what causes these problems. We don't know if it was contactless. See, somebody had said it was, but I don't know for a fact if it was or if it wasn't. They still ring the doorbell or knock or don't. Yeah, they have to do something like that, I believe. Or they send a message to your phone saying your food's here. I think. I don't use it. So
sometimes I've had people just drop off food, and I'm like, okay, let me see where my food is, and I don't have anything, and I go check the door, and it's been sitting there for 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, well, that's nice.
Nice and cold, yeah.
Letting me know.
That's not the way they're supposed to do it, but yeah. And Squirrel says, I swear to God that his family tree has it. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. No, it's them. They like the chaos. It's how they were able to keep it quiet on Brian. Law enforcement fed the media a narrative to push to keep. That I agree with too. Smart, but they are definitely the ones to blame. And then they turn around and try to flip it back on all of us. That's what you gave us, though. That's what you gave us. And you know that we're going to go with it because we don't have anything else to use. Okay. You know, we try to take what they give us. At least I do over here. And I know that Jules does too. We try to take what they give us and break it down and pull the most of the truth out of it that we can.
Mm-hmm.
And put that out that way without, the conspiracy bullshit. But we can only do so much. So there's too many coincidences, Molly. That's true. And we know that there aren't coincidences in true crime. So these things, you look at it how you look at it. Didn't DM say she heard someone say someone's here? That was heard too.
Mm-hmm.
Molly says we spent a whole day going through his family, and wow, yeah, that's a whole other story, guys. I don't know if you saw any of that, Jules. It's a whole crazy scenario. And the PCA stated that too. Okay, yeah. Not even to jump back into the whole family thing, because that's a different story altogether.
Yeah.
I see where the crazy comes from. That's all I got to say.
Yep.
So it's a mess, guys. It's a complete mess. It doesn't matter on their end how much of a mess it is to us, because of course we don't matter. Okay. Now, when it all comes down to the trial, yes, things are going to have to be put out. Things are going to be said. Things are going to be proven, or all of that. But I found one name, but it's not a proven. And the whole family thing gave me I'm sure it did, Brandy, because it's a nightmare in itself. I don't know if you even saw that, Jules. We did. The moderators here do dig a lot. They have great shovels. I'll just put it that way. And found his father, Brian's father's, is one of 8 siblings total, and 2 of his brothers were twins. And there's a whole conspiracy kind of type thing that one of the twins passed away from cancer, and the wife to that person is accusing the other twin of killing him and setting up Brian for this because of that scenario. So it's a whole to-do, hun. I'm telling you right now. What do you remember when we talked about that, Mom Bear?
Was it this week, Monday or Tuesday?
It was Monday or Tuesday, Jules. Check it out, because it's different. I'll just put it that way.
What'd we title it?
Dirty. Oh, yeah. There's a, thanks to Mama Bear, because she does a great job with that. There's a thumbnail for it, and it's I think a camper, an old beat up looking camper, and it says Kohberger Dirty Family Secrets is what it's called. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's the one, because I think at the end of it is when I threw the cat videos up for you guys to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, and the mother-in-law passing. Yeah, there's a lot to it. Go check that out, Jules, because it's definitely interesting. So yeah, there's an aspect to that I mean, I'm not saying I believe that woman is crazy. That's what's growing. That's kind of where I'm at with it too, a little bit. Yeah. But it makes you think about it when you look at it. Like, this whole family's got, crazy things going on. So yeah, Brandy says a bunch of creepy family members. I think it was Monday or Tuesday was the day that yeah, because my internet went out Wednesday and Thursday, so it had to be one of those 2 days.
Yeah.
There's one that says Kohberger family tree, and that wasn't it, because we couldn't find anything until the day after that. So it's the one after that.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Just believe me. Very interesting.
Jules, if there's anything that you want to see on it, let me know. I'll pass it on.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're welcome to use anything, Jules, if you want to do something on it yourself. You know that. You're welcome to use anything we have, or anything like that. If you want anything, please feel free. You know that. You're welcome to anything we have here. Yeah, the mother, which would be Michael Kohberger's mother, correct? If I took that right, that was his mother, yeah. Thank you, Heather. Molly put the link up. Thank you, Molly. There's the link, Jules. If you want to write that down or cop or whatever you want to do, you can use that one for it. Or Karen, same thing. 27th, 26th. 25th, 24th, or the 23rd, one of the two, I think. Thank you, Miss Molly. Good golly.
Thank you, Molly.
He's jolly. So anyway, there's those issues, folks. And there's so much more. So much more. The whole attorney thing. There's that. There's what the heck else were we talking about yesterday? There was so much yesterday. I'm like my brain is so scrambled. Let me look at something here, folks. Oh, and I did want to just today, part of this discussion, I want to throw some things out, guys, to make sure that people aren't forgetting things. I haven't been doing a lot as far as the Dylan Rounds case, the Summer Wells case, or any of those cases. They're pretty much cold, guys. I hate to say it like that. I don't want them to be what they are. So please keep those names, in your minds and thoughts, prayers, whatever you want to call it. Dylan is still missing, and I still feel for his family in that aspect. And yeah, I was gone yesterday, wasn't it? I think so, Molly. And Summer, guys, there hasn't been anything with Summer in months, and I mean months. So again, keep these people in your prayers. The cases, like I said, have gone cold, but we can't forget about them, because when we forget about them, it's just, we can't. Especially, these are young people. Summer was a baby. Dylan was a very young man just starting his life, and there's no need for any of this stuff, and there's nothing new to bring to you guys on these things. Otherwise, I would. Sherry said that there's movement on Dylan. I haven't seen it. Enlighten me, Miss Sherry, please, because I haven't seen anything new. That could just be my fault too. One moment, folks.
Sherry, is it on the Facebook page, maybe?
Okay, sorry about that. Is it just his mom giving an update on this? See, that I heard about, but I didn't think there was anything new other than, just the same searches that have been going on. I've been looking. I haven't seen anything. Again, the point is, it's something we can't forget about. Yeah. With any of them, guys, and
still missing.
Right.
It sounded like they were making progress with Michael Monkey Vaughn, and then it just
stopped. Everything froze, and I don't know if that, I had asked about that not too long ago, and I had heard from somebody that they were having issues with warrants on the property that froze out. I haven't been able to find anything. I've been looking, but it started to move forward, it seems, and then that was it. It just stopped.
Yeah.
And that I don't like, because that usually something bad.
Yeah, because weren't they getting ready to go usually do ground penetrating radar or something?
Yeah, right. And I think I heard that they were having problems getting the search warrants for the property they were going to do that on, and that they wouldn't release it or something. Wait a minute. Oh no, that was nothing. That's 6 months ago. They identified a suspect in Dylan Rounds' disappearance, which was Jim Brenner. We knew that. Byron Township. 6 days ago. That's a whole new scenario, isn't it? Yeah, the last thing I see that was new that was released was that video where Candace and Justin did that interview with Nate Eaton 3 months ago. That's the newest thing I've seen about new information being released. Yeah, there is nothing else, guys. I don't know, Sherry. I haven't seen it. It just said progress was being made. Not sure if it was something to do with search. Oh, okay. Well, if anything happens, we'll find out. Yeah, I don't see anything there. So, and then of course, sadly, the one that bugs me the most. I mean, I have problems with Dylan too, but I was so involved in the Summer Wells case, It really, really bothers me. Sorry about that. It really, really bothers me that there's nothing. What the hell? Sorry, guys. It wasn't cool. Let's see here. Yeah, I heard that too. Do you think they're really going to do anything? Because how long have they had Brenner in there and they never questioned him?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I never understood that. He was in there for months. The last time I think it was Candace was on Doug's show one time I watched. I think I was actually up there too with them, and she was talking about that. And Brenner had been in there for well over 6 months at that time and never questioned him. I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's been same here, Jules. It's been a while. There isn't anything new that I've noticed either. We've been looking. You know, I try to keep these cases, the older ones that have gone cold or are getting cold, out there to keep, like Anna said, we have to keep them all in our prayers. I agree with that. You know, to keep the word out, to keep the cases kind of warm so that people just don't forget about these altogether. And it's sad. The only thing that I have seen was where Don and Candace criticized Child Protective Services about keeping their kids. That's the newest thing I've seen, which you don't need no kids. They don't need to have any, they don't need animals, gerbils, birds, cockroaches, anything. They can't take care of nothing.
Because they wouldn't allow them visitation, I think.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Your daughter's still missing.
Yeah. And this is the newest thing. I'll show you guys real quick that I found on it. Hold on. And it's really nothing. I'm not surprised either. Hello, Miss Anna. Good to see you.
The parents of the Hawkins County 6-year-old at the center of a 1.5-year-long Amber Alert are criticizing the Department of Children's Services for the handling of their case involving their older children. Don and Candace Wells' youngest child, Summer Wells, has been the subject of a statewide Amber Alert since June 15th of 2021. A little over a month after she was reported missing from her home in the Beech Creek community, Summer's 3 older brothers were placed into DCS custody. In a recent blog post on the family's website, findsummerwells.com, the Wells claim they have not been in contact with their children in protective custody. The post, in part, says, quote, "They tell us we can no longer see or call our boys. Our assigned lawyer does not return calls. The regional DCS person did not respond to our email. Yet there are no..."
And you know what? That tells me one thing. Why, if children are taken and put into custody like this with DCS, typically the parents, they want the parents to have time with them, to see them. They set up visitation. They can call them. They can do this. They can do that. Am I right or am I wrong?
That's right.
So why would DCS not give them the right to see their kids or talk to them anymore? Gee, I wonder.
Exactly.
The police obviously know something. They just don't have enough evidence to do anything with it. That's my opinion and has been my opinion on this for a long time. They just need to cough up what they did with this child, be done with it so that she can be put to rest, and they need to go away and do their time, because that's my opinion. Yeah. And that's where it lies, is with those two right there.
And Squirrel makes a good point. Poor Aiden. Nobody even mentions Aiden.
Yes, I know. It's been a long time since we've even looked at him. Yeah. A long time.
And he was missing before Dylan, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think, truthfully, he was missing before Summer, too. If I remember right. Yeah. Does anybody remember?
I would have to refresh on that one.
It's been a long time. Let me see something here. Let me see. How do you spell his last name again? Do you guys know? It's been so long. No, hold on a minute.
Clune, Lune.
Was it C or was it K? That's the problem I had.
C.
Say it again.
C.
D.
C.
C. I'm sorry, I can't hear for some reason. Clune. There we go. Yeah, he went missing 90 miles from Dillon Rounds for you guys that don't know that. And he actually made it on to Unsolved Mysteries, you guys. And the last thing I can find on here for him, again, was 6 months ago. I think it would be a good idea maybe to devote one whole show and just have a whole show on him just to warm that back up again.
Yeah.
It was after summer. That's right. I get these things so screwed up in my head. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to do that. It really is, Jules. It's a crazy story. Very odd. Yes.
And then there's what we were talking about the other day, the Daniel Robinson.
Yeah, Daniel Robinson, and I'm still not okay with the other one. We did a whole show on him too, basically. The little boy that they found, they said he hung himself.
Daugherty.
Doherty. Is it Doherty or Daughtry?
Daughtry. Sean
Daughtry. Yeah, that one I cannot and will not let go of. That's another one that drove me insane. Molly says she has some info on Aiden.
Oh, yay.
What do you have, Miss Molly? Excuse me, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, Mama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Breezy. That's such a sad case, too. They're all sad, but when you don't get any help whatsoever from LE, it just makes it that much worse. Yeah. I haven't looked into it a whole lot. I think I spent a day or two looking at it and stuff, and it really is bizarre. Really bizarre. I'd like to know if the clothes that they found near his car are his or not. Sherry Neville brothers, who's that? Have been searching for who? No, Breezy, they haven't. Oh, Aiden. Who are the Neville brothers? Why does that not sound familiar? Ellie has not sent anything to be tested. They just say Daniel went missing on his own. Yeah, I believe that one. Not.
Okay, I'm back.
That's just crazy.
What do we got? What do we got? Molly said she had some info.
Sherry said the Neville brothers. I don't know who that is. Are searching for Aiden.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll show you.
I got him by face, not name. No. Okay. When Mom hidden caves and stuff. I think I know now.
7 months ago. Yeah, there's still nothing new that I've seen with them. They basically do the same, like the Diesel brothers.
Okay.
The same type of scenario.
One of them like used to do like I don't know what it's called. You or something.
Jesus, there's a name for it. Like what, bounty hunting and stuff like that. Is that what you were talking about?
Search and rescue. What I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think I know who it is now. It just took me a minute.
I was trying to find it, but it's not coming up. Yeah, Aiden's case is very, very weird.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these cases are strange like this, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do the whole ground searching and caves and all that. Diesel Brothers, same thing. They all kind of do the same stuff. Ellie has not sent anything to be tested. They just said Daniel went missing on his own. You see, I don't like that. That doesn't seem right to me either.
While you were gone, I made the comment that I would be interested to know if the clothes that was found next to his car, if they were actually his.
Daniel's?
Yeah.
I had heard that they said they weren't, but I don't know how true that is or not.
Yeah.
I think she was thinking of Ty and Lance too, Squirrel, because I don't know, and I think that T is right too. It is.
Yes, T. That is, yeah, Nuttall.
Nuttall, that's it. Yeah.
Grace Police cam footage.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know how much you guys want to see of this, but I'll show this to you real quick. Welcome, Christy. This is from Scott Nuttall from 12 days ago in regards to Dylan. Just so you guys can see it.
Oh, yeah, Molly, of course. He was the one I was trying to think was the used to do search and rescue in the caves and stuff. He's like professional. Earthworm professional.
Okay, here we are. We're at the Merker Cemetery, 1894 to 1915. We took shots at it. Things having a hard time focusing. And of course, gotta have a Mountain Dew. We're gonna go up to this cemetery. This is a known haunted place.
I'm not.
And we may catch something, we may not, but it'll be fun. Okay.
I don't know what, like I said, I don't follow this kind of stuff, guys, but not for this type of stuff, at least. I think so, Squirrel. Basically, you're just saying that this was the night that Dylan went missing.
Okay, we're up here. This grave is not fenced off.
No, I haven't seen that, Kalani.
Bracelet.
There's a headstone. Large rock.
Hmm.
What did I get for Christmas? A rock.
And then all these graves are fenced off. And a little trail.
I don't know if you guys can read that. Here, let me read this to you real quick. On Memorial Day that weekend, he posted this 12 days ago, mind you, okay? On Memorial Day that weekend, me and my brother spent the night at a graveyard, old ghost town called Mercure, Utah graveyard. Okay? The night was calm, and the graveyard is very haunted. In the photos, we can see 2 or possibly 3 orbs floating on the fence. Also, this is the night that poor Dylan Rounds went through the bad things that ended up in him being missing. We fell asleep on the ground, and then we woke up. The sky was full of light. Where'd it go?
Very bottom.
Full of lightning, wind, and abnormal lightning storms seemed to be after us, crackling, stackling electric above our heads. Now, I don't know what this has to do with Dylan, guys, other than the night that he went missing. They're trying to say that, you know, from this guy, which I've watched some of his stuff. He's very interesting. I just don't like to put this together with the missing people type thing all the time. That's just my scenario, you know, my opinion and my feelings with it. But anyway, I was just going to show you this. The only thing new that I've seen that's popped up with Dylan's name on it. So, it's not Hazleton. I don't know anything about Utah Squirrel. I'm sorry, on Mr. P. Someone else. Okay, so yeah, I don't really want to get into this, guys. Anyway, so sorry. I was just explaining that to you guys. I'm not a big fan of putting that together. I like to try to stay realistic. Not that that's not realistic, because I do follow paranormal stuff too. You guys know that. But to me, when someone is missing, that's like, let's stick with that. Let's not put it into something else too. So that's all. So that's not what I thought it was. My opinion. My apologies. And
No, we'll forgive you this time.
there's people here talking about spirit boxes and Dylan, and I don't like all that stuff. I don't like to get into all that. I want to keep it as realistic as I can, factual, and with things that we can see, feel, and talk about. You know what I mean? That's just me. If somebody shows me some kind of proof that they can use the paranormal to find somebody and it's 100% true, we'll talk about it then. But until then, that's just not me. So
Yeah.
my apologies, folks, again, and thank you for forgiving me this time. So again, yeah, there's just nothing new, guys. And, you know, I want to say his name. I want to say her name. I want to keep their names out there, if nothing else, to keep people thinking about it, you know? Back up to where we were at. So I saw somebody talking about Pelosi. Keelani said that. Anyone see the released police cam footage of the former Speaker of the House's husband hammer? Different than what we thought we were told. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I don't know if you guys know what she's talking about. Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked supposedly with a hammer at his home
That's right. I remember.
a while back. It wasn't her. I'm not even going to go any further with that, what I was saying about her, but let me see something. I didn't really follow too much of that. Let me see here. What she's talking about. Like I said, there's an open discussion, so we're throwing a little bit of everything around. Oh, okay. This is I think this is what you were talking about here. Hold on.
All right, new information.
Let me see. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute, folks. This is it. This is the body cam footage you were talking about, Keelani. Hold on. Okay. I guess this is it.
Yeah, definitely don't want Olive here. I definitely don't want Olive here. Hello.
This, Green Eyes, is the body cam footage from when Paul Pelosi was attacked supposedly with a hammer at his home, which that's Nancy Pelosi, the old Speaker of the House's husband. This happened October 28th. That's what we're watching.
Sure this one? Yeah. It says 2620, right? 3640. Oh. Yeah, it literally said in that. How you doing? What's going on, man? Everything's good. Hi. Drop the hammer. Nope. Hey. What is going on?
Holy shit, I never saw that before.
There you saw it the moment the police arrived on scene responding to that call. And you saw the door open. You saw the confrontation. Police asking.
Why didn't the cops immediately?
And there you saw David DePape, who has now been charged in this
Holy
case,
shit.
wrench the hammer away and strike Paul Pelosi as they both went to the ground. David DePape obviously standing trial for this. As we know, Paul Pelosi's been recovering ever since, and there had been a push to release this video to make it public. A judge made that decision to go ahead and release the film footage from police body camera video, and here you see it once again as police are questioning what's going on. Paul Pelosi trying to hold on to that hammer, and obviously you can see how it played out from that point on. This is part of the video evidence that's going to be going into the trial for David DePape. We're going to take a break here at 9:38. We'll be right back.
Okay. Here's my problem. As soon as they opened that door and saw the guy standing there holding a hammer,
Hello?
that doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, you might want to say that again.
Yeah, hold on a second. Sorry. What's that?
Oh, you might want to say that again because we couldn't hear you. We heard your problem with that.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
That's all we heard.
Okay. All right. So my problem with that is as soon as he opened the door and saw the hammer in that guy's hand, why did they wait? Why didn't they rush him immediately?
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Drop the hammer. That's what they said. They didn't charge him or nothing. Yeah, he's in his underwear holding a drink, but we were told that he was being held hostage. Yeah, I know. That is definitely different, Keelani. Yeah, Green Eyes. I'll play it back. Hold on.
Real quick. Anna, were you talking about the West brothers?
And we are, this is the video, and you'll see DePape, David DePape, who prosecutors say broke into the Pelosi San Francisco home again in late October. And you see the suspect right there walking around the home, kind of casing it out. And this is a fairly long video. We see him doing this for quite a while, peeking into the windows. You're watching all of that happen right there.
Yeah, Pelosi had a smile on his face when they opened the door.
Video that we've been watching here in our newsroom, and we wanted to show you live on our stream. So once again, as many of you know, that this happened in the early morning hours of October 28th, and that's when we found out that Paul Pelosi ended up calling 911, and I'm going to show you that video here in just a second. It's body camera footage.
That's true, Anna.
Arriving to the home after that 911 call. But what we know is that DePape broke into the Pelosi San Francisco home and struck Paul Pelosi on the head with a hammer. He was demanding to know the whereabouts of Paul Pelosi's wife, Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, but she was in Washington, D.C. at the time. So once again, this is video of just outside of the home of the Pelosi residence in San Francisco.
All right, here you go, Green Eyes.
How you doing?
Yeah. This is my issue with this. If you look at Pelosi's face, he's kind of got a smile on his face. He's struggling with the guy with the hammer in his underwear, and he's got a drink in his hand, like they were hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this happens.
Like it's all a big joke.
Oh, man.
Right. Now, here's the thing. Right here and there, they should have charged that door and tackled that guy. He's got a hammer in his hand, for God's sakes, okay? They did nothing but say, "What's going on, man? Drop the hammer."
Yeah, definitely don't want Olive here. I definitely don't want Olive here.
I don't know why that jumped back again, but sorry. But he called 911, Breezy.
Yeah. Fucking said.
And of course, he was there looking for her,
640. Yeah, look,
as I'm sure everybody in America was.
How you doing? What's going on, man? Good. All right. Drop the hammer. No. Hey. What is going on right now?
That's crazy.
Just incredible seeing that moment that you see DePape attack Paul Pelosi.
Now he's got a sweat jacket and shorts on.
And also looking at that video, I'm sure you noticed, like I did, both of them kind of standing there smiling almost, DePape for sure, as police arrive. But as we know that Paul Pelosi, the 82-year-old, underwent surgery for a skull fracture after this attack and injuries to his head and arm. And we do know that Paul Pelosi, was released from the hospital.
Yeah, we do, Jules.
Still recovering from that.
Yes,
attack.
we do.
DePape, he entered a not guilty plea. He said he was there to target Congresswoman Speaker Nancy Pelosi because saying she was second in line for the presidency and she embodied.
Okay. Now you saw the guy walking around outside the house beforehand, okay? And then you saw the situation when they opened the door. Now, I'm going to give you guys options. What do you think was really going on here? Okay? Because I know I have my thoughts. And this happens a lot of times with politicians, and a lot of people don't know about it because they're politicians. Okay, and they can't talk about that kind of stuff. They don't put this kind of stuff out. So I'm going to give you guys options. Go ahead and you tell me what you think was going on before the hammer came into effect. I'll just put it that way. If I was 82 with a stranger in my home and then I smell the cups too, I gotcha. What's up, Rowdy? There's more to this scenario than what you guys are seeing, okay? Like beforehand. Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it, Green Eyes. They were playing hide and seek, guys.
Yeah.
That's the best way you could think to put it. I like that. Exactly. Like I said, a lot of politicians and important people like this, they do these little things. And sometimes they don't work out to their benefit. Okay, you know, maybe they doing the do. Well, they, like I said, they were playing hide and seek. The best way to put it. I mean, I'm sorry, but if I was married to Nancy Pelosi, I might think about doing that my damn self. No offense to anybody, I hope. In their bedclothes, right, Karen? That's exactly the point. Well, here's the deal, Molly. I'm thinking that this guy might have been intoxicated, the bigger guy. Okay. What's up, Smoothie Booty? Good to see you, dear.
Hammer time.
Hammer time is right. They were hanging out, is what I think. It was all good until there was a hard. Yeah. Well, there it is, Breezy. Exclamation on the hard no. Okay. Exactly. And it happens, folks. Sadly, it happens. What's up, Kim? Good to see you. So yeah, this is what goes on, guys. Sad to say, but I'm pretty sure that's what this scenario is. And again, you're not gonna never hear anybody talk about it. They were working on a project with the hammer, is what that was.
Yeah.
DIY time. Jesus. What's up on the mic? Good to see you, brother. So yeah, that's what this is, guys. Keelani says, yeah, smile on my face, laughing, drinking my hand while in my underwear, and I have to answer the door due to someone calling in a wellness check. Well, it's a good thing that was, yeah, but the wellness check was called in hours before, and then he called 911 when he realized that big boy here was not going to take no for an answer, probably. If Nancy called in a welfare check from not hearing from him, it's because her dude was busy with his dude. Exactly. Thank you, Jules. That's it. That's it. It doesn't even matter what they were doing. He was attacked. Well, that's true too, Rowdy. That's but the point is like people need to understand, like, this guy didn't just walk in and attack this guy. There was more to this. I'm not sticking up for this guy by any means, okay? But he shouldn't have Paul shouldn't have put himself in that position, is what I'm saying. Like, you know, don't do these things, because these people, some of these, he probably didn't even know this guy very well. He invited him into his home, it looks like to me. He said he broke in, but I don't think that happened. I don't really think he broke in. It matters that the attack was orchestrated to cover the truth. So yes, it does. And that is what my point was, Jules. Thank you. And that's kind of what I was thinking with this, you guys. If you look at this the right way, you can't mistake this for what it is. I'm sorry, but one more time. What I'm trying to say is, if this man was genuinely scared for his life and called 911, why is he holding on to the hammer and not looking at the cops saying, help me now, help me now, help me now?
Yeah.
He's gonna hurt me. He's attacking me. Help me. Like, what was he drunk? Was he really that drunk? I don't think so. It bugs me.
How you doing?
It bugs me. I never went over this because this whole scenario, I knew what this was. But somebody brought it up and we're having an open discussion. So what the hell? I'd imagine you would need to use a hard tool at 80 times. I'm not even going to go there, Heather. I'm just going to leave that one alone.
Heather.
Okay. Smile. He looks kind of shocked at the same time. But still.
Drop the hammer. Nope. Hey. What is going on? I'm not getting an answer.
Okay. They both look intoxicated, April. I agree. Nah, he knew him too well, in my opinion. They tried to play this guy as a Trump supporting psycho. Yeah, absolutely. I know. And he is definitely as left as they can get. He has been all over the news in recent years. The truth can't be hidden. And that's why they're doing this. Thank you. Maybe they were playing whack-a-mole. Yeah. I'm not even going to go into it, Brandy. But that's
just incredible seeing that moment. Drop the hammer, and
again,
this video being released, they're saying that it would be,
if you go back,
but we wanted to show you this one so you can kind of see exactly what's going on. Now, lawyers for DePape, they argued against this video being released.
Maybe he was drunk and having a meat. Don't involve the meatballs in this one, Anna.
To his right to a fair trial.
That's a big dude, and he swung that hammer hard too.
Guilty to state and federal crimes related to this attack.
So that's what that is. Thank you, Keelani, for bringing that up.
We are getting more information. Paul Pelosi is hit with a
And Paul Pelosi is recovering. He's fine. He's good.
Up here for now, but
hopefully he doesn't have any permanent damage from that. But
ABC7news.com.
This guy's probably going to go to prison for a long time because of this. And I'm not, again, sticking up for him, but there was more to it than what they're telling everybody about it, is all I got to say, guys. It's a bit of a mess, in my opinion. So there's that. You guys are killing me with some of the comments. Oh, no. Don't worry about it, Kehlani. I was just joking, hon. Don't worry about it at all. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm glad you did bring it up. I'll be honest with you. It's just something that we're doing open discussion. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about. A little bit of everything. So no worries. That's what it's all about. It was interesting to say the least, because that's not how we were told that these things went down. That's one thing I will say. Before that came out, we were not told anything like that, guys. That's a fact. So don't even fret about it. Is the pool boy so last season? I guess so. That must not be popular nowadays, Squirrel. Instead, you just invite a wacko with a hammer. That's all. You would think typically that this would be Nancy that would be doing these types of things, but she keeps her stuff quiet. I'll just put it that way. She knows how to keep it quiet. So Paul, on the other hand, nope, sorry. Paul was having him a good old time that night until that happened, of course. Poor guy. I'm sure he's learned now. Been watching the Murdoch trial defenses. So, I won't even go into that one. Defenses. Yeah, I won't even get into the Murdoch trial. I've watched a little bit of it, Smoothie. It is irritating. I think he was let in, Heather. I'll be honest with you. I think he knocked on the door and was let in. That's my opinion. And of course they were saying that is because that Nancy was the target. I mean, that's very easy to believe, guys. Okay, that's very easy to believe. I'm definitely not a fan of Nancy by any means. Never have been. But that's my opinion. I don't have to be, if you guys disagree, I have no fault with that, whatever. But I just don't think that was what went on that night. I don't at all. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That defense lawyer is getting my caddies. I love her phrases. I do. Smoothie booty.
Uh-huh.
Let's get in on her tatties. She's too busy with Schumer and Pencil Neck. Yeah, that's another one I'm not a fan of, is Schumer. He needs to leave now, too. Give some new blood some chances to get in there. We're not going to get into no political talks, but I'm just saying. So, anything else you guys want to throw out there, talk about? Trying to think. There was something else I was going to talk about at one point, and I didn't. I completely lost track of what I was saying. Oh, basketballs gets on everyone's movie. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. For what, Karen? You don't have to apologize to me. Smoothie booty. That defense lawyer is getting on my tatties. I don't even know how to say that. Ellie wasn't yelling. That says, well, right. That was my point. Hey, what's going on here? Drop the hammer. Or wait, hit him in the head and then drop the hammer. That's what I was saying, guys. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They were extending the wine cellar for Nancy. She loves wine and ice cream. Yeah. If you are broke in on, you're not going to take time to put a robe on. You will fight like hell, not calmly push a hammer. Yeah, you're not going to stand there holding the guy's arm. That's what I'm saying. Like, that didn't make any sense. What's up, Kiki? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in here.
Kiki, you feeling better?
I hope so. they were humping. Well, I didn't say that, but you never know. If they were anything like me, I was not expecting to go sideways. I don't know, folks. Well, here's the thing, Kim. That's kind of what the point was, I think. Because it was very weird. Very, very weird. They absolutely knew each other, first of all. Okay. They weren't... they both looked like a deer caught in headlights when he opened the door. Kind of like a... and they're holding hands, or not hands, but he's holding his arm with the hammer in his hand. I don't know what the point was with that. And then they both had that stupid smile on their face. That was the problem. And then the cops should have like charged. Do what?
Like it was all just a big joke.
Right. If that was a real situation, in my opinion, I've seen these things happen, guys, firsthand. The cops charged a situation like that, and they would have tackled that guy, or tased him.
Yeah, something.
Before he had a chance to break that away and do what he did. That's why I'm saying it didn't look right at all.
Yeah.
Looked like he was going for the bell on a strongman. It did. I'm not laughing, but it did. Oh, Jesus, Smoothie. It really did. It did. I'm not. She's right.
Yeah.
Or it's just taped with painter's tape. Yeah. I'm just, that was way off, guys. It doesn't match nothing. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say what I think, and I'll put it, and I'll take whatever it is for it. But I'm pretty sure that those two gentlemen were having a relationship. They were having relations, and something did not go right, and alcohol was involved, and that was the ending to it, in my opinion. Somebody got angry, which is why he called 911, because he was probably being threatened with a knife, because he either rejected something or didn't want to go any further with something, and then kablow. But like I said, there have been a lot of important people that have been in these situations because they can't come out as being who they really are because of who they are, if that makes sense.
And that's ridiculous in 2023.
I agree. I'm sorry. It's stupid. People know, just because you're somebody, a senator or the governor or, the House Speaker of the House's husband or be who you are. I mean, that part of it I get because, you're married to somebody. That's your personal issue. You got to deal with there. But
right.
That doesn't mean, you don't. Just be yourself. Quit hiding things because that's when these things happen.
Exactly. State
of Wisconsin versus Joseph R. Link. That one I don't know. What's up, Baboon? I don't know that one. Laughing Black Baboon. Interesting. Very cool name. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about with that one. But well, yeah, of course. Lukey, because the partner of his doesn't want it to come out because that's what I was saying. You can't have it come out. You know what I mean? Because you're married to the Speaker of the House. It can't be there like that. That doesn't work because that's going to ruin. I don't want to say it's going to ruin her career, but it's going to put a hell of a damper on what she does for a living and where she's at. So, and the embarrassment is too much,
Oh, I'm sure she knows.
Case I looked up. Oh, okay. Retrial. I'm sure she has known. It's probably something that's been going on for years. She probably pays for it. I'll be honest with you.
Probably.
And I'm sure Nancy's been doing her own thing. Pool boy, Gardner, you. But anyway, it is what it is. This is what these people do because they can. They have money. They're in high positions. They can get away with whatever they want. It just happens, guys. What are you going to do? They're looking for his check. Yeah, there's that too. Maybe, the whole thing was about money. You're either going to pay me or I'm going to tell everybody what you're doing. And one thing led to another, and maybe he cut him off from, maybe he was paying him and he cut him off. He wants his money back, you know? Anything's possible, folks. Airing this week on TV from Milwaukee. Okay, I got what you're saying now. Maybe he fell, hit his head, and this guy was a cover-up for it, which was Nancy's idea. That is why she called a wellness check. Why would you cover up hitting your head and falling with something crazy like that, though? Because that just makes you look more stupid, or like, well, what we're thinking right now, it makes it look more like that than anything. I would have rather, if he would have just fallen and hit his head, they'd have let that go. It would have been no damn big deal. But now we have all this drama behind this, so that's where it's at.
Yep.
If he fell and hit his head, and sure, okay, but why cover it up? Because he's a drunk?
I mean, honestly, how old is he? 84?
82, I think.
I mean, to fall and hit his head wouldn't surprise very many people.
No, but to think about what that looked like surprises all of us.
Yeah.
82 years old and being married to Nancy Pelosi. I mean, come on, guys. Fell 36 times. Yeah, right.
Huh.
Yeah, that's one hell of a fall to get a fracture like that to where you have to have surgery. I'll put it that way. Aaron, wait, let's back up, Karen. What are you saying here? Retrial. Okay. Weird. Oh, okay. Where are you at, Baboon? Let me see this again.
Wisconsin Joseph something.
Arlene. What are you doing? You hang out with Grandma.
Hi, Juniper.
Hi.
Wave. You're not shy. You're not shy any other time.
Is she still sick?
She got a little cough, but she's all right. One second, folks. Grandma, go. No, it's just getting ready to change, honey. I can't seem to find that. Let me see here. Hey, where did Gamma go? Oh, okay. Off she goes. Okay. Nothing comes up with that. Nothing. Nope. I can't find anything about what you're talking about, Black Baboon. Anytime I type it in, it pops up under Joseph R. Wilkie or Wilk. So nothing comes up. Yeah, she's got a little cough left. I don't know why. It's been going on for a while. This was a gay hangout until Mr. Pelosi said no. They knew each other before. Oh yeah, Breezy. That's where we were at with it. What probably happened, I'll be honest with you, is that Nancy said enough. It can't happen anymore. It's getting too much out. Like, somebody's going to find out. And so Paul had to put a stop to it. And big guy was like, nope, it ain't stopping. And that's what happened. So yeah, I can't find that to save my life. There's nothing coming up under it.
Was it Joseph R. Lincoln?
Yeah, and it comes up under Joseph R. Wilkie for whatever reason. thank you guys for the well wishes for her. Nothing, unless they have. Did they block it? Nothing come. Oh wait.
I just typed in
Joseph Robert.
and it was he's a SO. If it's the
Oh
same.
yeah. Is he from Roanoke, Virginia?
No, I have Richmond, Wisconsin.
Okay, that's the only one I can up, guys. Wait, is this guy that? The one I found is somebody talking about trying to expose the Sandy Hook shooting as being false. Thank you, Miss Heather. Anybody that would like to donate to support me and or the channel, I would much appreciate via the Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. Thank you so much. Was he ever charged for the DUI? With Richmond, Wisconsin's wing. Oh, okay. I'm not finding anything on it though. I've looked it up, can't find a word. I found a Joseph R. Link, Robert Link on Facebook. Wait a minute. Is this in New Richmond? Is that what you found, Mama?
Looks like it. Yeah.
This guy here. Let's see if this guy here. If it shows up, because my shitty net's not working again, right?
Yep.
Is this who you're?
Yep. Nice, creepy.
Child in? Oh my god. Okay. Child enticement. Date convicted April 23rd, 1970 sexual assault of a child. Oh my god. Okay. Yep. Wisconsin. So this is what a sex ring. Is that what you were saying, Karen? Okay. Yeah, I can't find the whole case about it though. Schmovie. Oh my god. We love you, Schmovie. I have no idea if he was charged for the DUI or not. Okay, I got you, Karen. I can't find a case on it at all anywhere, guys. I don't know where did Baboon go? Because I can't find where. I'd like to know where he found it, or she. Sorry, I don't know which one it is, but I cannot find anything. I've typed in everything and everywhere. Nothing is giving me anything about that one, other than this picture I found, same one you did. I mean, he looks kind of like a bit of a weirdo, but you know, we can't always judge things on.
I'm gonna email you something. I don't know if this is anything different or not.
All it says is no representation is made that Joseph R. Link is currently on the state's offenders registry. All names presented here were gathered at a past date. Some persons listed may no longer be registered offenders. So that's really. Let me see if it'll show me his record. Maybe that'll give me the case number. No, this is one of those things that you got to pay for.
Oh, okay.
And all that other. Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Oh, boy, I wouldn't either.
I can't find a case. I cannot find a case. And I have all sorts of resources to use to find these things, guys, and there's nothing coming up. It wouldn't have been dismissed, would it have?
Hold on, I
No
might
rate. Let me try it the other way around. Let's try this and see what happens. Wait. Is there something specific about this case that you guys wanted to, whoever wanted to talk about? Sorry, I just thought that Nancy did not want any more bad press after her hubby was arrested for DUI. Right. I don't think he ever got charged for it. I think that's what Lukey Lou was talking about. I don't think he was actually charged for the DUI, though. I think it was reduced down to reckless op or something like that. Which, again, we could look that up, but I'm not getting anything, folks. Oops, no, not kink. Are you kidding me? I hate autocorrect. I mean, it is kink, but
I'm gonna send you another email.
You did?
I'm getting ready to.
Okay, I'm looking for it. Yeah, you must have had more luck than me because there's nothing. I can't find nothing. It's very weird too. 1 second, folks. Let me email from the Mama Bear.
I just sent it.
You sent it? Okay, I'm going to get it.
Thanks.
After today, I will be off YouTube for a while, going on vacation in the hospital.
Aw.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kiki. We're gonna miss you. Must be a sealed docket. Maybe that's I was kind of thinking that Juan, but if Baboon found it somewhere, though, I was wondering. Said it was a case that he looked up. Yeah, that's probably true, Heather.
Okay.
State versus judicial. Oh, okay.
Want to talk about?
Oh, I see. So where did you find that at, Mama Bear?
The internet, Google.
Oh, so what I was doing. Your Google's nicer than my Google, then. Or your. Okay, I found it. Okay, I found that, but there's nothing. Appeal from Judge Owen Wickle, Brennan Judge, Renee Kessler. Okay. He denied effective assistance for counsel on several occasions. Finally, he contends that the trial court erroneously denied his trial counsel's motion to withdraw. We reject his arguments and affirm the judgment in order. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So, did you read this, Mama Bear?
I didn't. It just looked like there was like some documents, so I just sent it to you.
Okay, yeah. The background on it. Good God. Okay, I'll just break this down real quick. And the background on it says King and his stepbrother Daniel King hereafter were charged in connection with the brutal SA and battery of two women, both of whom suffered serious physical injuries. Both defendants were scheduled to be tried together on 11 separate charges. Trial was scheduled for Monday, August 11th of 2003. The Friday before the trial, King appeared before the trial court with his trial counsel, James Turan. Turan told the trial court that he and King had been in plea negotiations with the state and that he and King were in conflict over certain strategies and decisions. Turan explained, based upon our conversations and things that he said to me in the course of our attorney-client relationship, I think that would pose a conflict with me putting him on the stand. After this weekend, I wouldn't feel comfortable proceeding. Okay, so this attorney backed out of this is what happened here. What's going on with Kiki that she was saying something going in the hospital?
She's gotta go back in the hospital, so she'll be gone for a while.
I saw that. I thought they got into more detail, but okay. I hope everything's okay, Kiki. We'll be praying for you, hon. And noted that the real problem appeared to be a disagreement over trial strategy, and that this did not justify delaying the trial. Okay. Basically, the defendant did not like the plea agreement that they were coming up with. Okay. And his attorney wasn't going to fight it. So there was, I don't know. This is crazy. On Monday, the parties appeared before the trial court announced that a plea agreement had been reached, although Daniel would still be going to trial that day. The state indicated that pursuant to the plea agreement, the state would file an amended information charging King with 3 crimes, 2 counts of second-degree SA, 1 for each victim, and 1 count of substantial battery as all party to a crime. All other charges would be dismissed. The state would recommend a prison sentence of unspecified length. Turan agreed with the state's Turan, the attorney, agreed with the state's resuscitation and also made a record with respect to King's change of heart since Friday. I just want to point out, on Friday, I had a case scheduled for potential projected guilty plea, and my client indicated at the time on the record that he wanted to discuss the matter with his mother. And you're not allowed to do that, first of all. If you have a plea, you can't talk to anybody about a plea or they take it away from you. That's just how that works. I mean, in Ohio, at least. And it appears as though, Your Honor, my client was concerned because he was hearing things such as that the victim would not be present today and that the cases would probably be dismissed because there were no victims. Turan indicated that he was now aware that one of the victims would be testifying and that the other victim had offered testimony at a preliminary hearing that would be used at trial. The trial court questioned King about his decision to enter into a plea agreement and about his knowledge of the direct consequences of his plea. The trial court then continued with standard plea colloquy. King pled no contest to the sexual SA charges and guilty to the aggravated assault charge. That was dumb. The trial court asked Turan if he was satisfied that King was entering his plea freely, voluntarily, and intelligently, to which Turan replied, yes, Your Honor. And given the amount of review and study and conversation with the family members, Your Honor, I think he probably has enough information to be a defense attorney. Oh, I see now. So basically, the defendant, I see why this came up. Because this kind of goes along with the whole Kohberger attorney thing. Remember how how Kohberger is so smart that he could be his own attorney and blah blah blah. And this attorney is basically saying that he has enough information to be a defense attorney, that his client does. The trial court accepted the facts in a criminal complaint as factual basis for the plea and went through each element of the crimes with King. The trial court specifically made findings with respect to the voluntariness of the plea. We are on the date of trial that can bring the sense of urgency in negotiations, or, you know what, I'm sorry, guys. I should have showed you this while I was reading it to you, but I didn't figure you guys could see it anyway. I'm sorry. It's very blurry and I can't blow it up. Again, we are on the date of trial that can bring a sense of urgency to negotiations and or the state's state of mind or the defendant's state of mind. Here, I think it was a case of Mr. Turan continuing to spend time with Mr. King. Ultimately, Mr. King has entered the plea that he has. The court is convinced that he's doing so freely, voluntarily, intelligently, and knowingly. He looks me in the eye. He responds to my questions directly. He consults with Mr. Turan. when applicable. He and Mr. Turan are getting along quite well. Mr. Turan spent some time with Mr. King in the bullpen this morning, so given the totality of the circumstances, the court will accept these pleas. Okay. I'm not 100% understanding this. So a pre-sentence investigation report was ordered, which they do that all the time, and the matter was set for sentencing for September 16th. Meanwhile, Daniel proceeded to trial on all 11 counts on August 14th of 2000. Well, see, this doesn't make sense. On August 14th of 2003, he was found guilty or not guilty of 8 counts and guilty of 2 of substantial battery, intending bodily harm, and 1 count of armed robbery with threat of force. Daniel was ultimately sentenced to a total of 34 years of initial confinement and 20 years of extended supervision. The trial court later granted Daniel's post-conviction motion for a new trial on one of the substantial battery convictions on grounds that Daniel's confrontation rights were violated in connection with that charge. State versus King, 2005. This reduced Daniel's sentence to 30 years of... Well, I can't find the rest of it, damn it. Well, this is a mess. Send the trial, give a max sentence. I mean...
Karen, you'll have to email us the link to the newspaper article.
Yeah, we can't click on it, Karen. I'm sorry. You can send it via email, and I can open it up that way, but I can't click on it, and neither can she or anybody else, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bit of a mess, because so they're saying, okay, I see now. On September 16th of 2003, King moved to withdraw his guilty plea and no contest pleas. He offered 3 reasons, alleging he was pressured by family members to enter his pleas. 2, he was pressured by his trial counsel to plead guilty. And 3, the pleas were entered into an environment of haste and confusion. That happens a lot more than you guys understand. Somebody post in my email real quick, please, in the chat, if you would. Hold on, my mouth is drying out. The state opposed the motion. It argued that the record refuted King's claims, citing State versus Shanks. 152 Wisconsin, 2D, 284, 290. I'm not going to read all that. Anyway, the state argued that because King waited 5 weeks to file his motion, there was no evidence of the swift change of heart. So he didn't file an injunction with it, I'm guessing. But I didn't know that there was a time constraint on filing an injunction or a conjecture against that. That can indicate that a plea is entered in haste and confusion. Okay. On October 31st of 2003, the trial court held a hearing on King's motion to withdraw his pleas. In support of his motion, King offered testimony in response to questioning from trial counsel Turan concerning his desire to withdraw his pleas. He testified that the reason he had initially rejected plea offers was because he did not commit the essays. He said he knew that his semen was not found on the 2 victims and that at the time of the alleged assault, he was so intoxicated he was unable to perform that way. King said that he discussed pleading guilty with Turan. He felt pressured to plead no contest to those crimes, he stated. Thank you for the putting the ammo in. Anamoy, they said Tyre Nichols was driving safely to the police and shouldn't be stopped, and he didn't have to be stopped or killed. Wait, what? What are we talking about here, Anna? On cross-examination, King acknowledged that he knew he could have gone to trial, but contended that he believed Turan was going to quit if he did not take the plea bargain. Well, that's kind of shitty. which would have meant he would have been unrepresented at trial. However, he admitted that he was in court when Tehran assured the court on Friday that Tehran would be prepared to go to trial on the following Monday, and that Tehran was in court prepared to go to trial when King entered his pleas. No other testimony or affidavits were offered. In closing argument, Tehran said that King had always maintained his innocence of the SAs. Tehran also addressed his own involvement in convincing King to accept the plea. Okay, so he's withdrawing his pleas because he feels basically that he was forced into it, and that the attorney's now saying, you know, I did have to take part in this. I wouldn't say I coerced him or twisted his arm in any respect, but at one point in time on the record, I became frustrated because I was not able to get a plea bargain or an agreement which would be conducive to both parties. Okay. The state was unwilling to dismiss certain counts, and he was unwilling to plead guilty to certain counts because he maintained his innocence. Okay, as you should. Now I'm looking at a young man, and I see so many young men who have gone to trial on cases of this magnitude with the number of counts and the amount of exposure who have literally been convicted and never, ever walked the street again. And that was my biggest concern. And my biggest frustration is to see that happened to a person with no record due to his involvement and participation or lack of participation in some events which were criminal. And that happens a lot, you guys. A lot. Like there's people sitting in prison right now on charges just like this that had nothing to do with it. Nothing. Whether it be hearsay, word of mouth. People have been convicted on hearsay, guys. Can you that bugs me? It really does. When there's no evidence, there's no, you know, circumstantial evidence, whatever you want to call it, and then they're still being convicted because prosecution has a certain reputation for cases and the judge likes that. That's not a reason to prosecute somebody, or not a reason to convict somebody.
Right.
It happens a lot, though. I've seen it happen a lot. Sadly.
Yep.
The guy in Tennessee. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about, Anna.
You know which case she's talking about?
Yeah, I do. Let me see if I got the email real quick that we're looking at. I forgot we were doing the open discussion for a minute, and that's why people were throwing things out. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, I got another email from you, Mama.
Yeah, I don't know if that was any different, any better.
Okay. I appreciate it. Either way. Whoa. Ellsworth and charged with child sex crimes. It looks like the same guy. We have an Ellsworth here too. Okay. I see what we got going on. Yeah, it's the same story.
Okay.
Same person. You just found a different version of it. Cool. Oh, there it is. The Republican Eagle. Is that what you were talking about, Karen? I'm guessing Republican. Yeah, I think that's what she said. What did you say, Mama?
I did see Republican Eagle somewhere in the chat, but I didn't know what that meant.
It's on that page. It's on that email you sent me over here to the right. Let's see if it links. No, you got to log and order it. No, I'm not doing that. It must have been. That must be like a local newspaper. It was in that, and so on and so forth. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I mean, all I can say about that case is, I mean, if this guy's innocent of doing this, you know, fight it. He should have backed out of the plea deal, because a plea deal can, here's the thing, guys. Okay. If somebody takes a plea deal on something that they are 100% innocent of, you're done. Because especially in a sex offender case like this, what happens is they're going to be registered as a tier, well, in that situation, probably a tier 3 sex offender for the rest of his life. And you're done, guys. You know how that goes. And if you are positively sure that you're innocent, you have nothing against you, you know, in your heart, in your soul, you know, you didn't do it, fight it.
Yep.
Don't fall prey to, you know, because the courts, the prosecution and the courts and this and that and everything else, they try to put the fear of God into these people to win these cases. You know, from word of mouth, it has happened, you know, a lot of times. You know, somebody gets mad at somebody else. Oh, he did this to me or he did that to me. I'm not saying that, you know, that it happens every time, because there are people that are guilty of doing these things. You know, it's disgusting. But there have been circumstances where somebody is either just mad at an ex-boyfriend, or a parent is mad because, you know, their daughter's boyfriend's 25 and she's 16 or whatever. I'm just saying it happens where innocent people go to prison, and it ruins their lives. If they take plea deals, you're done. Once you take that plea deal, nope, that's it. It's over. So if you're 100% sure of your innocence, fight it. Fight for yourself. That's the way the legal system should work. It doesn't always. April says I sent you a link. He got 5 days in jail and 3 years probation. What? So was he innocent or was he guilty? Because that doesn't make that makes
5 days.
That he shouldn't have got anything, right? Where'd you send me the link, April? That's absolutely insane. If he was found guilty, he should have got way more than that of any charge like whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's the case, then that's just a bullshit sentence right there. That judge needs to be looked at and taken, in my opinion. What's that?
Kieran said, I hope I got it sent to you, and I let her know that you did get it. It was the Republican Eagle email.
Okay.
And I got like 10 minutes.
Yes. I see that. Thank you so much, Shmoobie. I think that's from you. Maybe not. I think I got it. Oh, no. April, the Paul Pelosi thing. Okay.
Oh.
I wish you'd have said that, because you just threw me into a whirlwind of panic over something that I had nothing to do with. But
right.
I'm like, what the hell? What? No, I got you. Paul Pelosi. Thank you, April. He got 5 days in jail and 3 years probation for a DUI. That's what they do, Kiki. That's a fact. It's disgusting. They scare these people into, you know, if they're completely innocent, you're innocent. And if there's even a little bit of, yeah, that is from you. Thank you so much, Movie. That helps so much. You're awesome. I love you. You're amazing.
Woohoo!
Smoothie Booty. Thank you so much, my dear. Much love. Anyway, and those cases bug me, you guys. They do. There's so many, and it kills me, because there's people that really are guilty of doing some of these things, and they're still walking around with us. And then you got innocent people sitting in prison for 50, 60 years that were just in the wrong place at the wrong time and said something the wrong way, or just had themselves in a bad situation and did nothing wrong. It kills me. That's it too. You're right, Juan. Once you admit, and you have to admit guilt when you take a plea deal, guys. Period. And once you say that, you're done. And I've seen so many judges. Don't get me wrong. I respect the judicial system. I respect law enforcement. We all know that, okay? But I've seen so many judges that will get, you know, a case file, I've watched it on court TV. I've watched different things. I've seen it live. You know, I've been in court watching things in court for my stuff. You know, where he'll just look at the prosecutor comes in and says, well, we got this, this, and this. And the judge will go, okay. And like, he doesn't even look at the file, guys. Judges, half the time, the judges don't even read what the charges are, the defendant's, the docket, the discovery packets. They don't look at any of that kind of stuff half the time. They just base it on what the prosecutor's saying and make their decision. That's wrong. I'm sorry, that's wrong. And that's before it even gets to a jury trial. That's just bullshit. I'm sorry. That's not the way it should work. So something that I have a high irritation with. Oh, okay. I didn't think I did get it, Karen, but did you get it now?
So was it? I wonder if it was the same one the one I sent you was.
It was attached to the one you sent me. There was a thing to the right of what you sent me, and it had that name on it.
Okay.
Republican Eagle. Yeah, it had that name in there. Do you have the email right now, Karen? Because I'll still look at it. But yeah, you got to go pick up your kids, don't you?
Yeah, I got like 5 minutes.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, that stuff bothers me, Kiki. It does, and it shouldn't be that way. No, I don't do Twitter. Okay, no problem. Yeah, the email is just mayora74@gmail.com, Karen. Here, I'll type it just separate from all that stuff because it's hard to look at sometimes. And another case, guys, I've been looking at, since we're doing the whole open discussion thing that blows my mind. I would really like to do a whole show on it if we could get into it. Throw your opinions at me, guys. I don't know if you guys know who John Walsh is. America's Most Wanted. His son Adam disappeared years and years ago. Okay. All right. So yes, thank you so much, movie. John has a couple kids. He's got his son who does the show, with him, and then he's got a daughter, Megan. Well, there's a whole to-do going on right now and I support his daughter in this too, Megan, where John has taken her children from her and has tried to ruin her life and put her out there to be this horrible, bad person, and she's not. And I really, because I do support her. I think Doug and Crime and Justice did a couple shows on that, and Doug does support her too. I did realize, but I've followed her for months now on this, and it's horrifying what this man has done to his own child, and what he's doing to his grandchildren by doing what he's doing to his child. She seems like a very sweet woman.
She's a grown adult.
Right? Yeah. I don't know if you followed along with any of this, Mama Bear, but it's crazy.
Not a lot, but I know the gist of it.
Well, and she basically, because of this, has brought out a lot of stuff about her father, that he's not the all-American, clean-cut, crime fighter that everybody thinks he is, guys.
Exactly.
He's really not. And that's scary, because this guy, John Walsh, he's got links to very important people because of what went on with Adam, his son. Slowly but surely, he gained, importance through all these popular people, famous people, important people, and he's got connections now to where he can do these things. It is. Thank you so much, movie. I've enjoyed it too myself. So it's kind of a scary thing, and I feel so bad for you guys, and it's something I've been wanting to touch on for a while. I don't know how many of you guys have caught on to it, seen it, heard it, followed it, any of it, guys, but it's very sad, because this poor woman has been fighting. He's had basically control of children's services, and he has gone in and taken almost all her kids from her for nothing. There was one of these on here where they took her newborn baby from her for no apparent reason, and they were really ignorant to her too. Let me see here real quick. I hate that you have to leave, but I understand.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a couple shows on this, guys, because it's just a whole sad situation. It really is. She's done nothing wrong. I've gone back and looked. I've read, and I've been following this kind of on the sidelines for a while and been wanting to come out with it. Kiki said, I seen that video when that baby was a newborn stillbirth. Yeah, they snatched the baby right from her. It was days that she had that baby home. And she didn't even have a chance to do something wrong. Literally within days. Nothing she could have done could have constituted them coming to take that baby. But I'll be damned. Guess who was sitting in a car out in the road waiting for them to take that child out of that house? Her father. She's, I don't even, Heather, the accusations are just that she doesn't take care of her kids. She's a bad mother. She doesn't feed them. She doesn't do this. She doesn't do that. And you can see that she does. She's not
breastfeeding the child.
Right. You know, this is Megan Walsh. This is not some trailer trash, Leilani, you know, Simon person. This was Megan Walsh. She's very intelligent, very well educated, very clean, you know, takes care of her responsibilities. And basically he's trying to say that she's, you know, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right.
But there's been multiple conversations with her. And like I said, I even watched the show. She appeared on Doug's channel too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what is going on? Because people with power take full advantage of it.
Yes, they do.
And Heather's right. The legal system does not care about breastfeeding. They don't care. It's an interesting case, Schmoopy. Like I said, I was going to touch. It's not so much what we usually cover, but because I support what she's trying to do, I'm going to touch on it because I feel so bad for her. And the things that she's brought up, you guys, oh my God.
Right.
I used to watch this guy's show, you know, America's Most Wanted. In fact, and I should have known when he was doing, he stepped in on the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case, okay? And he handled it completely wrong. The way he went after Brian Laundrie and their family and the things he said and did was highly, highly, highly unprofessional, okay? Schmoopy, do you think he's a bit unhinged from his son going missing? That's very possible, but if you could find, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the show, and I'm gonna give you guys the info, and I'm gonna show you guys the things that this man and his wife were involved in when Adam went missing, the things that he's involved in now. It's disgusting, you guys. The things that she went through as a child. There was a whole thing that her child's father, about her child's father and this, and I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah. I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us today again. And it's always fun to have you up here. I love it.
All right. Bye.
Talk to you soon, hon.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I'm back without trying to dig out of the snow. Welcome back, Molly. I didn't even know you were gone. On that channel, there a lady who knows her? Yeah, I think so, Anna. Yeah, it's a big shame, Jen. It really is. It's very sad. Here, let me give you guys a little look at this real quick. It's very well, I know JLR put it out because I hate to say that I agree with something with him, but he does support her too. And didn't they put that baby in foster care because John Walsh didn't want the baby? That's what I had heard. That is exactly what I heard. I'm trying to find something that because I don't want to use anybody else's stuff, but I wanted to show you guys just a little clip of it. Shoot. Down the rabbit hole news. I don't know. There's a lot going on with it. See, he's got that video up of them taking the baby from her, and I don't want to use that one. Yeah, we got some of that snow too, Molly, and we're supposed to get more tonight or tomorrow, I think. Damn it, JLR, why do you got to cover it? One, I don't know. I can't find it right now, you guys. Oh, he did, Anna. He did, sadly. Okay, Kiki. I don't know if you remember. When I was a young kid when this went on. I think it was 1981. There's a show that's out on TV. It's called America's Most Wanted. The host of it, his name is John Walsh. His son, Adam Walsh, went missing back in 81 or 82, I think, from a shopping mall. Okay. They later found him deceased, sadly. And so from that moment on that Adam went missing, John Walsh made it his life's career to chase after these types of people and to advocate for this type of thing. Okay. Well, that's been years upon years upon years, and he had his own children besides Adam, a brother, another boy, and a girl. Megan is the girl, his daughter, and the son looks kind of a lot like him, a very young version, and he's kind of got a haircut like mine. And he's been on the show. Okay, I can't think of his first name right now. It's an offset name. It's a little weird. Are you taking off, Kiki? Okay. Well, I was trying to explain this to you, but okay. Anywho, all I was saying was that at this point, he's trying to say that she's crazy and taking her kids away and so on and so forth. 1 second, folks. All right, I'm here. Sorry. That's it. That's where I was going with it, Anna, that it's been brought up that he's been involved with some bad people. Again, like I said, it would be very interesting. Oh, okay, Kiki, I got it. So, like I said, it would be very interesting, and I support Megan. I feel so bad for her in the situation, and in the fact that, you know, her own father, because he has the power that he has, is doing what he's doing. So I think, you know, in supporting her, it would be good to do a show to show her support, to get other people, to get it out to other people to see and hear this. So yeah, I think we're going to be doing a show on that for sure.
Still talking to her.
But it's a very interesting situation, you guys. And it opened your eyes to some things that you wouldn't normally see or think from knowing who this man is. Okay. It kind of blew my mind. I'll be honest with you guys. No, I understand, Kiki. I got it. I had to go back and read. I'm sorry though. It's okay. And yeah, Anna's absolutely right that he may have been involved with some bad people, or may still be, So we're going to have to check it out, folks. Something that we need to look into, in my opinion. For sure. So, that being said, I'm going to post up the phone number. Anybody wants to give a call about anything, guys, 234-703-4047. Call in and give us a yell. Give me some opinions, some thoughts on anything. It's open discussion, guys. We got a few minutes left here. Call in. Let me hear what you got to say about anything we've talked about or something you want to bring up. Either way, I'm good with it. Yeah, that whole thing. I've been meaning to bring that up. And like I said, I've been following it, but I didn't want to overload everybody with, everything. It's a lot to go over. I wrote that a long time ago. You wrote what, April? Or did you just now hear? Because this has been on delay for some of you guys. It's crazy. I hate the delay. Oh yeah, you must have just now heard that. It's okay, April. So yeah, thank you, Heather. I think we're gonna start doing some stuff on this, on her, to support her in her situation, because it's just very sad, and I don't like people that abuse power. I never have. And I'll be one of the first people to stand up against somebody that has power, that abuses it and uses it for things like this. It's just disgusting. So there's that. We've hit on a little bit of everything today, guys. I kind of like that. I think this should be a regular thing where we do these open discussions. Maybe that's what Thursdays will be. Because it seems like I'm trying to get it to where we have a consensus for every day of what we do. Fridays we kind of take a break. And I'm kind of picking up for yesterday since I was here. So maybe Thursdays we'll do open discussions. Wednesdays are kind of like supposed to be what's new, what's new Wednesdays, what's going, anything new. And then we'll figure out Mondays and Tuesdays. And then of course Fridays are fun day Fridays, whatever you want to call it. We'll figure it out one way or another. We'll do it together, guys. It is very heartbreaking, Kiki, especially when you see this mother that obviously loves her children, okay, that loves her child. It's a newborn child that needs the mother, that needs to be there. And I'm highly against taking a mother or a child from a mother that's breastfeeding, and I'll tell you why. Typically, a mother that's breastfeeding is pretty much a responsible person, because they're doing something like that for a reason. They have the intellect to know that the mother is, or to know that the child needs that's the best thing for them. So that typically those types of parents, those types of women, those types of mothers are not going to be trashy, bad parents, typically. Okay. So there's that. And then on the other side of things too, Heather's right. They don't care if you breastfeed. And that you're not helping the child by pulling them from their parent at that point. You're harming them more than anything. Now, if it's a dangerous situation, don't get me wrong, do what you got to do. Thank you, Breezy. I appreciate that. I wouldn't have believed it if it didn't come from his daughter's mouth. No, I agree, Kiki. I agree. I wouldn't have either. I would not have either because I grew up watching this man and everything he did. You know what I mean? And you're welcome, Karen. I appreciate that as well. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying these things. And that you guys want to be here for this. I really am glad for that. It makes me feel very good. I feel like I'm doing something important. Do you know what I mean? And I'm succeeding at what I'm trying to do. So that's good. I'm glad you guys feel that way. 100%. But yeah, you know, this guy was kind of an icon as I was growing up for years, guys, all through the 80s and 90s. You know, he was somebody of importance that you looked up to, that, you know, if there was a criminal out there, John Walsh was going to find him. That's what we've learned from this guy. And now we have this. Now, if this would have came from anybody else, anyone, I would have been like, you're crazy. Get out of here with that. I don't believe you. You're full of shit. You know what I mean? That's just what I would have been. This is his biological child that said this. So therefore, and after watching how that all went down, I watched the video of how they came and took this child. I 100% believe this. So yeah, we're going to cover it, guys. And like I said, if nothing else, just to support Megan, because she needs all the support she can get at this point on this situation. Unless let's see, Heather said, and I agree, Heather, unless there's a valid reason to remove the child, then absolutely not. The bond needs to be made and nurtured, and it's terrible to break that. You're absolutely right. That's why I give every respect to a woman that breastfeeds their child, okay? If you can do it. Because that is the ultimate bond from mother to child. I don't care what anybody says. And if you can't do it, I understand. And there's other ways to bond with your child. But that is, in my opinion, the ultimate bond, guys. I'm just saying. It's okay, Kiki. Don't worry about it, hon. You have to take care of you. That's number one. That is always number one. I told you that before. Take care of you and what you have to do for you. Please. That's what we care about in here. I know you'll be back when and if you can be back. That it's perfectly fine. So no, don't worry about that. So yeah, I 100%, 500% support that, and that's why I support her. And like Kiki said, I wouldn't have believed it if it didn't come from his daughter's mouth, and that's why I believed it. Well, then I started researching it and looking at everything and this, and I mean, it's disgusting, you guys. It's disgusting. And he doesn't care who knows or what anybody thinks about him, because he's got so many people on his side and so many people that he can go to lie for him, to stand up for him, that people will believe over somebody that nobody knows. Nobody knows who Megan Walsh is. She's not, I mean, she's been involved in some important things, but that's how, the only way that they know who she is because of him. Amen to that one, Schmoobie. And they shouldn't. That's exactly it. And they usually can afford to get the attorneys that they need. They can also, they can do these things because they know important people, so it's sad. My whole family would watch it. He was on once a week. Exactly, Tiffany. It was a great show, and he did amazing things, I thought, until this came out. And it's really sad because I feel, and I think a lot of us feel let down in a lot of ways when we find these things out about these people that we grew up with, that we've watched growing up, that we've looked up to, that have been, important in our lives as we grew up. And oh my God, that's such and such. And oh wow, it's, and then we find these things out, and then it's such a letdown, Such a letdown. He was so very well respected. Okay. And then there's things that come out about this man having, menage a trois with his wife and other women, cheating on his wife for multiple years and being an alcoholic, his wife being a drug addict, this and that, and all these things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not judging somebody on dependency for the crutches that they have because their child ended up missing and was unalived. I get it, guys. But don't put yourself out there as the holy savior and you know, the gift of all time to fight against crime when you're living these lies. That's what I'm saying, guys. And it's a huge letdown. I was like, it took me an hour to pick my jaw up off the floor when I started reading into this. And this poor woman, she's such a sweet girl. You know, and she's so intellectual. She's so smart. She's nothing like what he puts her out to be. And it's disgusting. You know, she has children that need their mother, and he thinks, you know, he owns an island, by the way, that he's just going to take these kids and go live on this island that's protected by his own security and security of, you know, the higher ups that he knows. Then nobody can get to him. People like this should not get away with this kind of shit. And it makes me so damn mad. You have no idea. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. But that's why I have supported this so strongly. I did, you know, I should have brought it out sooner, but we were really involved in all these other cases, and I did not, like I said, want to overload everybody. So, yeah, I agree, Tiffany. I agree. He's an air thief, as my friend David calls him, an air thief. He doesn't deserve to breathe the same air that we do. And to do that to your own child, your biological daughter, that just makes me sick. I hope that this man gets completely exposed for everything that he really is. I have a video. We're going to do one soon. I have a few videos we're going to watch on this to show you guys the real deal and the whole scenario, because it's nuts. It is absolutely nuts. And again, I'm only doing it because I support Megan and I feel so bad for her situation and what she's gone through. I've written to her, letting her know about how I support her. And I feel like, you know, the more that people hear about this, the more people that can support her, maybe it'll put a stop to his stupidity and his ignorance. You know, I don't care who you know and where you are in your life, you know, as far as importance goes. If enough people know the truth about you and it's said enough, maybe you'll finally just back off of it. You know, if enough people come at you with something. That's my thought. If you look up the word deception in the dictionary, his picture, it should be. It very much should be. I agree. Oh, yeah. She's very smart, Kiki. She's had her own businesses. She was modeling, international modeling. I mean, she's been involved in some important stuff. She's an artist, a very well-renowned artist, by the way. I mean, she knows, like I said, this is not some trailer trash idiotic woman, you know, like I said at Leilani Simon, but, you know, he tries to make her out to be like that and that she's crazy and this and oh, she's tattooed. Look at her Who cares? You could be covered from head to toe with tattoos. If you take care of your children the right way, I don't give two shits. That doesn't define the person that you are because you have tattoos all over your body, guys. It doesn't. I don't like that. I don't like judging people based on, you know, every lifestyle. You know, there's certain people that do live lifestyles that I don't agree with. There's people that shouldn't have children. I agree. This woman is not one of them. I'll put it right there. She's not. So it's unbelievable. And every time, like I just want to get in this guy's face and tell him all about what he isn't and who he isn't, because he's not. He's not anyone like what he makes himself out to be. He's the fakest person I've ever seen. And I think that's what makes me so mad, you guys, is how fake he puts himself out there to be. And he's the exact opposite of what he's saying he is. So, Yeah, we're going to cover that here real soon. But I thank you all for joining me again today. And again, guys, my apologies for not being here. You can thank my shitty net for not working for 2 days just because it snowed. We got dumped on with 6 to 8 inches of snow. And because of that, well, I guess, Optimum decided, well, he's not going to have internet this time because we have a good reason it snowed. So we didn't have internet for 2 days. So here I am today. I think this was a great stream. I love when we do the open discussions because we can touch base on a lot of different things. And I appreciate you guys all being here to join me for that, as well as having Mama Bear as a co-host. I love it. Thank you so much again, Mama Bear, for that. And I thank you all for the support that you give me every time I'm live. And I can expect to see you all. And I love that you guys are all here for me. I really do. I love each and every one of you guys and appreciate each and every one of you guys for all of that. That's a fact, guys. Anyone that may have donated to the PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, thank you so much. My family thanks you for helping to support me in the channel for that way. We do appreciate that 100%, guys. You guys are amazing. Moderators, as always, I have the best moderators on YouTube. I don't care what anybody says. I know I do. And you guys know how great you are because you are. Meatballs, I love you. Thanks for jumping in the sauce with us today. It was a good conversation, guys. I enjoyed it so much. Thank you very much, Heather, for that again. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Schmoovy. He is a power mad creep. It's a good way to put it. And it goes to show, it's sad to say, and it goes to show that you could start off with nothing. You could be a nobody, a nothing nobody. And you get a little power behind you and get to know some important people, and it can change anyone. That's why I always say, guys, to love yourselves and to love each other and never change who you are. Because I think the realest and best people are who we are, guys, not these power people. That's a sad thing, Kiki, that money walks or money talks and bullshit walks. It's fact, but it's sad. Money runs everything, guys. It rules the world. And I've seen these super duper rich people that live these extravagant lives, and they got people shoved in their ass 24/7 watching their lives and their business and this. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. It would be nice to be comfortable and have enough money to be comfortable. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be a multi-billionaire that has everything and everybody knows who I am. I don't want all that. I don't. I just like to be comfortable and so know that my family is comfortable. And when I say comfortable, I mean, our bills are paid. We have food. We can come and go as we please. Maybe have a little bit extra here and there. I don't want all that extravagant, crazy shit because it's not worth it. Because this is what happens to you and can happen to you when you get to that point, and it's not worth it. I would rather be slightly poor, quote unquote, with what's considered to be poor these days. Absolutely, Kiki. Nothing wrong with that. See, I got tattoos, and I don't think I'm a bad person. My daughter's covered. She's an amazing person. It is what it is. So yeah, I did want to put that out there, though, guys. Like, money doesn't change everything. It doesn't. In fact, if it does change things, it makes it for the worse in a lot of ways, in my opinion. Sometimes it's better to struggle a little bit and be grateful for what you have. You know what I mean? Amen. Thank you, Schmoovy. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, once again, thank you all for being here today. I may see you guys tomorrow. It's Saturday. In fact, I think I will see you guys tomorrow. And trying to make up for the week, a couple of days I missed. So that being said, you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Again, I love you all to death. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other, guys. Don't change who you are. And I will see you all soon. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.